AFC East Roundtable. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Monday Night SmackDown Week 6 recap here on the channel. We got all the boys in the house. We have 3 victories to talk about in the division and 1 loss. What a weekend it was in the division. Woo! I cannot wait to get into this. I am hyped up because I heard so much nonsense from people on this panel last week, and I heard so much nonsense from all you guys in the chat about my New York Jets, but that's okay. We're going to get into it. I'll save my rant and I'll save my chest raising for just a little bit. Let's get around the panel. Let's hear from everybody. How you feeling today, TD, on Monday? Oh, your mic's muted. Here we go. See, he doesn't even know.
We don't need to hear TD next.
He can't even get his mic.
Sorry. I'm feeling amazing, guys. You know, number one in the NFL, number 1 in the division. Rightful spot on the top of the throne. It's just a great feeling, you know, knowing that you are where you're supposed to be. It's that simple, baby.
Yeah, congrats, CD, on your win. Dan, how you feeling today, man? You going through that anxiety fest last night. We're gonna get deeper into the game later on, but oof.
Yeah. To say the least, my friend. But you know what? I slept easy because I know this exact same show next Monday, we are going to be seeing the sad face of TD as reality strikes when the Buffalo Bills are back on top of the AFC East. But other than that, things are good, baby. There's no such thing as an almost lost column. 4-2. I'm living the dream.
Well, we have 3 straight W's, but I know, Tyson, your team lost, but I know in your eyes it's still a win. So how you feeling today?
It's 4 dubs. I don't know what y'all talking about. An L. That was a victory in my eyes. Devontae Parker, I'm buying your jersey. I'm going to hang it up in the rafters, bro. MVP game, dog. Thank you for dropping that ball, bro. I appreciate it because we just getting closer and closer to getting that generational quarterback in Caleb Williams or Drake May. And Global, like I stated before the pregame show, I need you to give me a house tour. I need you to fix your Wi-Fi, bro, when I move in, because you did put you said if the Patriots, if the Patriots get Caleb Williams with the number 1 pick, that you're going to put your house up for, a free house. So I would love to move out the basement and move into a house like yours, bro. I know you got a beautiful house. You know what I'm saying? And I would love, I'm not too loud as a roommate. You might see me, jerking off to some Caleb Williams highlights in next door or whatever. But other than that, bro, it's all Gucci over here in Patriot land. Oh,
man. Wow. I love that. Well, Ryan, let's get into your thoughts. How you feeling today on Monday? Victory Monday, dare I add.
Dude, it feels good. Who would have thought at the beginning of the season, if you had told me that we'd lose Aaron Rodgers 4 snaps into the season, the Jets would be 3-3 at the bye. They would outplay Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts, and Zach Wilson's best game would come against the Chiefs. I wouldn't have believed it. I'm sitting on cloud 9 right now. I'm happy.
We're on cloud 9, baby, and I know we're going to get deeper into it at the end of the show when we talk deeper into the Jets-Eagles game. But what did TD Finstock say all last year? I'm on you, TD. I'm not talking about just this past week, but all last year.
My God.
All you did is verse bum quarterbacks last year. What quarterbacks you verse? Backups. Oh, backups. Oh, yeah? Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns and 8 picks. Comments, TD?
That was last year. I didn't say that this year.
You said last year you gave this Jets defense no credit because we were balling out against every quarterback.
Yeah,
they
were.
But you versed all bum quarterbacks. You didn't verse any competition. This year, we verse 3 elite quarterbacks and make them all look like bums. And they're not bums.
Because you're a better defense this year, Richie.
We're a better defense this year. Thank you for handing me my flowers, TD.
Somebody check on Dan. I think he's frozen.
Dan Mitchell, wake up. We need you, buddy.
Oh, there he is.
Dougly do wrong. Dougly do wrong. It's another victory Monday for you. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm not gonna fake it and say going down 14-0 got me a little worried, but then the Dolphins woke up, smacked the crap out of the Panthers, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah, that 14-0 hole, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
a lot of people just turn it on.
Like they were messaging me like, "What's going on?" All of a sudden, the Dolphins were like, "All right, we're done playing around." There you go.
Yeah, that was an interesting start, but the Miami Dolphins got back to their winning ways after that. Z-Bot. Oh, yes, man. Sir. I mean, I said it with Dan, but I had an anxiety fest watching that game myself. I can't imagine how you were feeling when they had that ball at the goal line with 0 seconds on the clock.
Listen, how any of you guys watched that outside of Dan? I mean, God bless you. That was just
I don't think you could play worse football on either side between the penalties, the horrendous coaching, the horrendous play in general. Just terrible. And it was a follow-up from last week in London, which was just another terrible performance strung in to this game. Now, I don't know what to make of Buffalo right now. We are 4-2. 3 games, they look like the best team in the league. And 3 other games, they've looked like a bottom feeder. I have no idea. There's been no middle ground at all. TD's giving me those eyes. What does that say about the Dolphins, where one of those games was when those Bills looked like the best team in the league? I don't know what to make of any of these teams right now in the AFC.
Charity.
It's odd. You look at around the AFC right now, the Chiefs don't look the best. Every team right now looks vulnerable. I have no idea what to make of the conference. So I expected to be 4-2 today, Richie. 4-2 we are, but I did not expect to get there the way they did. I was beyond nervous. Terrible showing last night from Buffalo.
Yeah, and I'll selfishly say, obviously, as a Jets fan, I'm rooting for the loss of the Buffalo Bills because the Jets would have been in second place, and I was so pissed off last night.
I had you guys in the back of my mind because the thought of losing that game and then being not tied, in the cellar, essentially, with the Patriots, you guys would have leaped us with the tiebreaker. It would have been it would not have been a good feeling. So you guys were one iffy play and potentially a flag on the field away. I don't know. Brian Dable seemed to want it just a little less than McDermott did last night. Very odd all the way around.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear your deeper analysis of that game later on when we get to it. Colby, what's up, man? How you dealing with these Patriots? I know that they're literally probably the worst that you've ever witnessed the Patriots in your lifetime. So where's your mind at right now with these Patriots?
Yeah, man. So I'm about to be 22 in like just a couple of weeks. So I've never noticed something this bad. This is the worst start they've had since 1995. So clearly I was not alive at that current time. So it's tough to see, but I feel like a lot of people would expect me to be a lot worse. But there's some words of wisdom I want to let you guys know from the beautiful movie Spider-Man No Way Home, in which one time they said, you cannot be disappointed if you prepare yourself for that disappointment. So I'm walking into every single game being disappointed. And let me tell you, it's working out perfectly because then I'm not disappointed. And I'm saying, you know what? This is what I expected to happen because I set myself up for it. So while it's sad, man, let me tell you, Rich, man, I'm so excited for this offseason. It's week 6, but let me tell you, I'm already in the offseason form. I mean, we have the most cap space this offseason. We have the most cap space next offseason. And the offseason after that, a top 10 draft pick. Let me tell you, it doesn't look good this season. There's some question marks what next year is going to look like, but you got some good players to build upon. And the outlook, it's making me feel a little warm inside right now.
Caleb?
Well, Patriots Global,
No,
I'll
not
say
good.
this. If you need any advice of how to deal with the tanking season for the number 1 pick and how to deal with it mentally, the fan base and the team going to shit, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Ryan. We've dealt with this. So we know what it feels like to be where you're at as a
Still
franchise.
dealing with it.
So good luck with it. Good luck with it. You wish, TD. You wish. Oh, I'm on
Nobody
the you,
wish.
baby. I'm on the you. Woo! All right. Well, let's get into the first game recap. We're going to start off with the game that, the worst of them all, the L, even though it's a W in Tyson's eyes. So let's start off with the Patriots game. Listen, that Patriots Raiders game, I know that they almost pulled off the W. So, Tyson, I'll start off with you, my man. What did you see from that game, and what's your overall analysis from it?
My analysis is I said I was rooting for my first time ever as a fan of this team. I've never rooted against the New England Patriots. That changed on Sunday. That changed. And as sad as it is to hear, for us to get better, we need a complete rebuild of the entire organization from top to bottom. It's just, if we just commented on the game, back foot bitch did back foot bitch things and took the sack like Sack Jones usually does. Took the safety like the little bitch that he is. He did throw a nice little ball. There was another interception where he threw across his body that he tends to do, and he did it again because he doesn't learn his lesson. And then back foot bitch took the little sack, and then pretty much the game ended. I will give Mac Jones this credit. He did throw one of the most prettiest balls I think I've ever seen Mac Jones throw. But then Devontae Parker. Oh, you beautiful bastard. You're
welcome.
Mr. Tippy Fingers, and then had the absolute nerve, the audacity to make excuses in your post game, talking about it was on my fingertips when it was literally in your hands. That's who Belichick extended. That's who Belichick trusted to catch balls in clutch situations. And Devontae Parker didn't disappoint. Man, I just love that man. But listen, the Patriots lost to Brian Hoyer. That's right. The Patriots didn't go out and get a veteran quarterback because they thought that Zappy was a better quarterback than Brian Hoyer. Garoppolo goes down and Brian Hoyer goes in and absolutely torches it. And they throw a touchdown on Jacoby Myers, caught a touchdown pass who Belichick didn't want because he ended up paying Juju. This is just everything you could possibly think of that has went wrong for the Patriots has went wrong for Belichick. Did you know that Bill Belichick, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, did you know that Bill Belichick is 8 wins away from the most losses by an NFL head coach? Did you know that? He's going to talk about catching Shula. He's going to catch Fisher for most losses. And it's going to happen by week 14, by the way. He's literally 8 wins away from being the only head with the coach with the most losses. I don't understand that it goes by tenure, and he's been coaching forever. But that's still an embarrassing stat, bro. Damn, you down bad, Bill. Damn, ain't the same without Brady, huh? It just ain't the same. Get the fuck out of New England, bro. No, my bad. I want you to stay for the rest of the season because with you and Mac at the helm, that gives us the best chance to get what I want, baby. That gives us the best chance what I want. But when the offseason arrives, Robert Kraft is going to fire your ass. There was a report last week that Kraft is absolutely is livid right now. Listen, I'll give you your flowers. You got 6 rings, but that's it. That's all you're going to get from me, bro. Get a young coach, get a young quarterback, and I want every resemblance of Belichick just scrubbed away from this franchise, starting with that mass shooter-looking motherfucker Steve Belichick, too. Get him the fuck on out of here. I want Gerard Mayo gone, too, because he's a Belichick bobo. Get everybody the fuck out of this franchise. This is what it's come down to, because I can't trust Belichick if he comes back next season to draft a quarterback. I can't because he can't develop Mac Jones. So I'm not going to trust him with another young quarterback so he can ruin. That's all I got to say, man. Patriots with the biggest W of the week, in my opinion, because this just solidifies of what we want to happen this offseason.
Interesting stuff there. Patriots Global, what did you see from that game, and how did you come away afterwards? Where was your mindset at?
Yeah, man. So we went into this game, hearing all week, big changes are going to be made. There's going to be changes on the offense. And they didn't practice, I believe, it was either Monday or Tuesday. I believe it was Tuesday that they did not practice because they wanted the coaches to meet together and figure out how they can become more successful. Where does that start? It clearly starts on the offense, as the Patriots are ranked in really every metric as the worst offense in the National Football League right now, which is even somehow a step backwards from where it was last year. And I don't know what they talked about, but they wasted a day of practice, and it really didn't look all that different. I mean, that first drive for the Patriots offensively, penalty, drop pass by Ramondre Stevenson, then a run on 3rd and 15. You come out, everybody was talking about Malik Madness, which, by the way, that's basically just as much bullshit as it is taking, Caleb Williams with the first overall pick. That's about as much bullshit as that is. Sorry, Tyson, but it's true. He gets a total of 6 snaps, one of which totally misreads what is going on with the defense. He was never going to be a quarterback. I think that was totally out of pocket for anybody to think. He's utilized as a gadget player, as a wide receiver, as a running back, used in quarterback draws when he's actually under center. And there really wasn't much different that they did in this game. I thought second half they came out offensively and they did things that I was banging the table all season for them to do. Use Kendrick Bourne as your number 1 wide receiver. He's your most explosive player. He's going to give you yards after the catch. That's the guy you need to get into space, the guy you need to be utilizing more. I thought even in terms of running the ball, they ran the ball the most efficient that they did really the entire season. Ramondre Stevenson, 46 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 34 yards. And you might be saying, that's nothing. What are you talking about, Patriots? But that's nothing. Well, if you look at it, that was only 10 carries for Ramondre and 7 carries for Zeke Elliott, one of which Zeke Elliott had a 75-yard touchdown, but it was called back because of penalties. By the way, Patriots had 11 penalties in this game, 10 of which were accepted, which is why you'll only see 10 on the stat board. But at the end of the day, both running backs for the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke Elliott, both averaged over 4 yards per carry. Ramondre 4.7, while Zeke Elliott was 4.9. Best running game that we've seen from the Patriots so far, and that all came in the second half, which opened up this offense significantly. We saw 2 rushing touchdowns from the Patriots. I like that little, snap straight to Zeke and then run it straight in. We saw that from the Patriots in the past. Happy that they brought that back. But what significant difference did we see from this offense? We didn't. And at the end of the day, the fact that they only they ran 17 plays between Ramondre and Zeke with running plays, only 17 total times. This is the worst rushing attack defensive wise against the Raiders, and you only ran the ball against them 17 times. That's an issue. You don't have the offensive line to be able to actually do anything in the passing game. Mac Jones had an average of 2.2 seconds to throw in this game, which is not nearly enough. You have several wide receivers out in this game. They had Jalen Reagor in over rookie Kayshon Boutte. What are we doing? And I think everybody's going to put this on Mac Jones, that last, kind of offensive sequence to go down, put them in field position and win the game. I put that, one penalty on Mac Jones because they had a penalty that put them back because of Antonio Mafi. Then after that, they had a penalty because of a, not a false start, but a delay of game. I put that on Mac Jones, but I don't put the safety on Mac Jones. Patriots have a rotating door at right tackle with Vidarian Lowe, who is allowed the most pressures out of any offensive lineman in the entire National Football League, and he didn't even start week 1. It's a problem. Max Crosby ate all game, and this offensive line continues to be the reason that this team is not successful. So it is what it is. We're on to the Bills. We're going to lose that game. We're on to the Dolphins. Going to lose that game. So we got some wins in the back.
You're going to win that game. Come on, Colby. Believe it.
Glad you know.
I can't. They're not showing me anything right now to be able to believe it. They're just not.
Well,
they're just not.
Man, I mean, listen, it definitely, I'm not going to lie, it feels good as a Jets fan to see you guys doing what you're doing right now. Not going to lie. But, hey, I'll leave it at that. Let's go around the panel and get your guys' thoughts quickly of that Patriots and Raiders game. We'll start off with you, Z-Bot. Any quick thoughts before we head to the next game?
I just thought it was very, it was very indicative of the Patriots season so far to end that game with a safety, especially when the Patriots were 3-point underdogs. They're going to cover the spread, right? You're thinking maybe they're going to be able to at least keep it, usually the golden rule is if you cover the spread and you're the underdog, you kept it respectable. You played up to what you were supposed to be, what was expected of you. To end that game on a safety, I just felt like it was very indicative of how this season has gone so far. But, I mean, you had two teams, in my opinion, yesterday that were pretty even keeled in the Patriots and the Raiders. Both teams have not been able to really find their footing. And I don't know. I think if I'm in the shoes of you guys right now, Pats fans, I probably am like Tyson. And I've never really been in this position with the Bills because the Bills were never bad enough. They were the problem growing up as a Bills fan. They were never bad enough to root for a tank. They were never good enough to root for a Super Bowl or even for the majority of the time, a playoff berth. So you're in a unique spot where at this point, it does you no favors to win games like that. So in looking at it, I got to be with Tyson in that I probably root for a loss there, and looking forward, the schedule doesn't get much easier. I think this Pats team with a loaded salary cap and a top 10 pick and a really nice looking draft, especially if you're looking for a quarterback, I think it's probably going the right way if you're a Pats fan yesterday.
Doug, how you feeling about this Patriots demise?
And I think we all kind of saw it coming. You can only stay great for so long, and then kind of catches up with you. You got to reset it. It was only a matter of time till Belichick kind of fell off, and they needed to start fresh, start new. But I didn't think it'd be like this. I thought it'd be like an 8-9 season, and then Belichick's like, I'm done, whatever. I did not think they would start 1-5 now. And that game yesterday, they like Tyson and Gold were saying, they were in it. They were in it, and then that save that. I think that's where a lot of us are starting to think Bill Belichick kind of needs to step away, because us Dolphin fans, me and TD, why on God's green earth are you blocking Crosby with Mike Gesicki? Like that's a recipe for a safety. So I think, they're going to play out the rest of the season. They're going to get a top 5 pick. I don't think they're going to get number 1. I don't think the Panthers, who AKA the Browns, the Bears, I think they're going to have the number 1 pick. But I think they'll get a top 5 pick. And like Global said, you guys got the cash to restart. And I think it's time you guys restart.
Restart indeed. Man, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep beating on a dead horse, but it's about damn time. Ryan, how you feeling about this Patriots?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty good that they're feeling what Jet fans have felt for the majority of my fanhood and Richie's fanhood. But yeah, I felt like that was two teams that were kind of even keeled. Like I view the Raiders as one of the worst teams in the league. I think McDaniels is a trash coach over there, and he deserves the boot as well. But yeah, I mean, you guys are rooting for the right stuff. I think at this point, after all the success that Belichick and the Patriots have had over the last 20 years, it just comes time to hit the reset button at some point. And as each week kind of progresses on, it feels like Belichick is going to step away or the Patriots are going to move on from him at the end of the season. At least you kind of have to hope that's ultimately what happens. I don't know how many free agents you're going to attract without overpaying while Belichick is there. I think he's still kind of seen as a hard ass as far as coaching goes. So I'm curious to see who you guys want. Probably the offensive coordinator from the Lions, if I had to guess.
Ben
maybe
Johnson, baby.
There you go. I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
By and large, though, I'm hoping you guys win a few games throughout the season because I really don't want to see Caleb Williams over there. I don't want to see Drake May over there. But I am going to enjoy this season while I can because I don't want to see you guys back at the top.
Hey, man, let's enjoy it while it lasts because it's going to last for a long time, okay? I'm going to manifest that. Dan, how you feeling about these Patriots? Oh, Dan's going to be like, oh, I feel so bad for them. Oh, I had them covering the spread. Come on, Dan. Just say they deserve this for once.
I mean, listen, they ruined my childhood. I mean, literally just as much as it's ruined all of you, like yours. But I mean, I did sort of put this into perspective last week when I said that it's like you like see like this absolute unit terrorizing you, but then like when you finally confront them, they're just like a weak, withered old man, and you feel like life already got them. So there's nothing else that like you could really do because the universe got them. I mean, honestly, man, I think I'm just going to echo everybody right now. They just need to embrace the tank. I can tell you exactly what they're going to do. I think they're probably going to get like a 4th or 5th round pick. They have a shit ton of money. I think they're going to go after Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback. They're going to hopefully have that new draftee sit behind him for a couple of years. I think that they might make a move for like T. Higgins, a few more receivers. They have a lot of money. In fact, I mean, say that I had to guess, I'd probably go ahead and say that Kirk Cousins will be a New England Patriot by next year. I just think the writing's on the wall at that point. I think he would do well in that system. But, I mean, I'm really not expecting much from this team. I was high. Well, I mean, and so it wasn't high on them by any stretch of the imagination, but they definitely have not exceeded my expectations. 1-5 is absolutely insane. And I will never pick them for another bet for the rest of the 2023 season. So, yeah. Sorry, Colby.
Yeah, I don't know
So
when
until the final week. Until the final week, we play the Jets. So that's a guarantee.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll definitely pick you then.
That's Aaron Rodgers' return, baby. Hey,
Is he actually returning then? Is he actually? Is that a guaranteed thing?
Before then. I'm just kidding. Well, I'll let that simmer. I don't really want to talk about that because I have no.
You're gonna
idea
get Jets
what to
fans hyped,
expect with that, honestly. TD, any final words about the Patriots before we move on to the next game?
Yeah, man. I just think that Mac Jones didn't have a bad game like everybody making it out to be. I thought that he played well enough to continue to develop and build around him. It's not his fault that Devontae Parker dropped that ball that would have won the game. Mac Jones made the clutch play at the clutch time, but his receiver dropped the ball, okay, and they would have won the game. So all of this talk is all of this talk. Listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Mac Jones is a bum. That bum is a bum. He a bum. That whole team is a bum. But I do not want to see Drake May or Caleb Williams in our division. I like the Patriots when they looking like they lost and don't know what to do. And like Dan said, I think they have a plan, and people think that they're just losing and things are bad. I just think that they have a plan. And I think that plan is, just like Dan said, you could end up seeing Kirk Cousins over there, but I also see them drafting one of the top quarterbacks if they continue to lose games to sit right under Kirk Cousins on because Kirk Cousins is going to sign maybe like a 2-year deal or something like that and give him probably fully guaranteed. And then they draft the quarterback, allow him to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a few years. And that's one of the top prospects potentially. And they got the money to load around Kirk Cousins and the young fella. The defense is always going to be decent to great, in that range. Never going to be trash or poor. But I think that they're setting the future up to be okay for Belichick to make his last run. All of this Belichick is gone at the end of the season. I'm not sure sold. I am telling you, people need to and I understand you want to win. Patriots fans want to win now and all this and that. But you're spoiled. That's just being straight up spoiled. You just had a dynasty dominating for 20 freaking years. You think they just go fire Belichick. That's too much history. You got to let a coach like that, after he gave you those 20 years, to go out on his own terms. So he's going to get his team next year, and they're going to start winning for the next 2 to 3 years. He's going to get that record, and then he's going to say, thank you, Kraft, for allowing me to do it. Patriots fans, you got Belichick for the next 3 to 4 years, whether you want to believe it or not. You can't. It's too much story history. Look what the man gave you for 20 years. You don't just at the first sign of trouble just run from it. No, you're in debt to him. Just like Brady, you're in debt. So you got to show him some respect and allow him to get what he's chasing as a coach before he's gone. That's just what I think is going to happen, man.
I got my fingers crossed for McDaniels to get fired and go be head coach over at New England.
Hey, man, listen.
Shit.
That's going to wrap up the Patriots and Raiders recap. Always a pleasure to get through that game and hear everyone's thoughts of their franchise. But folks,
it is not a pleasure, Richie. Stop.
It is a pleasure for me, man. I can admit, it is a pleasure. It is a
Let's go, Mac Jones.
It is a gem. But folks, I do have to call out 751 of you folks, because I put a poll in the chat to vote for which team you're repping, and we have 751 people voting, but only 263 like buttons smashed.
These fools, man. These fools, man.
Whoa, there's 500 of you guys that are deciding to click the poll in the chat, but not the damn like button. The like button should be first priority. Hit that like button right now for your boys. Let's freaking get it, guys. Let's smash that. Let's get up to 500 likes in a blink of an eye. I know maybe some people forget, and that's why I'm here to remind you folks to hit that like button. And I do got to shout out, we got 59% Dolphins fans. The New York Jets are in second place. They should have been in second place in the division if the Giants just scored that damn touchdown. But that's a discussion for another time. And the Jets are at 26%. The Bills at 12%. What's going on, Bills Mafia? They know that game last night was a disaster, even though they won. They went down to 11%. And the Patriots went down from 6% to 4%. Ooh, they're slowly dwindling away.
When they draft,
I think the story about it is now the Jets fans are starting to come back to the show now. I see that.
Let's go.
Complete dormant.
D. Michi with the member. Speaking of a Jets fan, shout out to D. Michi, great Jets media supporter. He's a member of the AFC East Roundtable. Welcome, my man. We appreciate the support. Let's get into some super chats before we go into the next game. Chris K says, it's not a coincidence. Check the numbers, dummies. Jets defense is the best in the league. Ask your favorite quarterback. Let him know, Chris K.
He ain't played Tua.
Not yet, baby. I can't
haven't
wait.
seen the Browns play, man, apparently. You haven't seen the Browns play, baby.
Oh, here we go.
Don't
even get me started with that. Julian with the $2. Love that picture of A-Rod. TD can take his 6-win prediction and shove it. Oh, don't even get me started with TD. Not giving his Jets
get to
team.
7 first.
Yeah, right. 6 wins, my ass. Season's over, my ass. Voting poll says, yeah, let's check the fan representation. Well, we just checked it, and it's looking pretty spicy, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The Jets fans are represented. The like button's back. I enjoyed all you guys' streams this weekend, and we enjoyed you because a lot of people smashed you all throughout our streams. So we appreciate you, like button. Free smashes, guys. All you got to do is just hit the like button. It's an automatic smash.
The like button need to go to the clinic.
Oh, look at Glenn's profile picture. Dan, glad you dressed and not stripping on YouTube. Don't lie, Dan. You were losing it.
Yeah, most definitely. So, at one point during my stream last night, I tried 3 different shirts, and I said, "Yo, something's got to change." So, I just went shirtless, and then things turned around, and we won.
Oh gosh, shirtless Dan.
What happened to the Peterman, man?
You ditched it?
I did, bro. We lost it, bro. I at least need to give it a week off.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, look at this difference, right? Dan, the Bills won, and so did the Jets. But look at the difference between this profile picture and this profile picture. Richie's happy side comes in with the $2 super chat. Yeah, I'm happy, baby. We're back. Bill and Richie is back. Bills look like hot garbage. Fins up.
Man.
Hey, we got a Dolphins fan as
Richie's
a
happy
profile
side.
picture.
Richie's happy side.
Hey, we're finally back. It's been a while. Man, that picture of me is just pure. Oh my God, I can't
know
even.
what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
smashed.
That video of my reaction to the game is going nuclear on Instagram, and I got so many people like hating on it, and it's hilarious. I love it. All right, Denver Smith with the $5. Bills' offense was so bad last night it made me poop my pants, and yet my poop stunk less than the Bills' offense. Oh god.
Damn.
Take a bath, Denver.
Yeah, come on. Clean up. Like button's back. Mr. TD, that's a nice picnic blanket that you're wearing.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Yo, TD out here playing checkers. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What I do,
Dolphins-themed
king me,
checkers.
baby. King
Jet
me.
it out. Can't wait to get to the Dolphins on Black Friday. Me too, bro. It's going to be a great game, man. In Jet Life Stadium, too. Tony, ski. Yeah, baby. Let's go, Jets. Thank you, Tony, for the super chat. The NY Bully. Caleb would rather play for Palestine than the Patriots. They are garbage franchise without Brady with a garbage culture. Big Jets things.
Listen,
Big
bro,
Jets
we don't
things
do that
me.
on here.
That's
Listen,
scary. That's
bro,
crazy.
we're not doing that on this channel, bro. We don't put politics on this channel. I
Josh the
appreciate
Bum
the super
Allen.
chat, but let's not do that.
Josh the Bum Allen with the $5 super chat. I really thought Bills were going to beat the Giants by 30, but Allen never disappoints. He needed the refs to beat Tyrod Taylor, LMFAO. Ooh, they're coming at you, Buffalo, in the chat.
So
I know,
listen,
it's
man,
amazing
I
how
bought
much they
myself,
About it. It's
and so I bought myself a referee jersey. And so I
Yeah.
bought myself a referee jersey
Embrace
for that. Listen, boys, listen. Like, we're going to get into this, but what the Bills did at that very moment, they literally should have gone for a PI each and every single play to force the refs to throw the flag. That was a brilliant strategy. That was a brilliant strategy, and it worked. All right, listen.
Now
Listen,
it was strategy.
Shame the Giants for fucking running the ball with 1 second before the half. Shame the Giants for some of their dumbass boneheaded mistakes. Yeah, I'm not pissed at all that the flag wasn't thrown because I would have told Taron Johnson to continue to throw a pass interference out there until it wasn't called, baby. It's about who wanted it more, and the Buffalo Bills won, baby. That's how it works.
Mike with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Mike. We appreciate that. The Bills needed to be bailed out 3 times from the refs to barely beat their Giants at home. Y'all lost the right to talk about who other teams have beat.
I don't understand this. How many Dolphins fans are going to continue to come in and say this after they lost to by 28 points to the team that they think is this bad?
Charity.
What does that say? I don't get it.
Right,
Charity.
but only Jets fans
It's
can say
terrible.
Buffalo
Listen,
is
man,
overrated.
Mike,
only
Mike.
Jets fans have a right to say it, not Dolphins fans.
Yo,
I get
bro.
it if the Bills beat them by 1 and it was like 13 to 12 or whatever, and it was all terrible.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, bro.
Man, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Stop the whole
Stop
the whole
know.
barely
No,
and
no,
stop
no,
the
no,
whole
no.
barely shit,
I
man.
don't
Like,
want to hear that.
Hey, listen, you know what, Mike?
Both
It's
of
gonna be
y'all-
funny because like you barely almost are gonna win
Man,
the
whatever.
division this year.
Y'all know
You're
that.
barely
Y'all-
gonna win the
y'all
division.
know
You're barely
everybody-
almost gonna win the division.
Everybody
Get
said
outta
we were gonna split with Buffalo. All y'all did is won the first game. Y'all know who's gonna win the second one. Don't act brand new.
No,
Everybody
I'm
knew we
not
were gonna
asking
And we're
split.
gonna smoke
I've
you
never
fools,
seen
bro.
another
We ain't
fan
finna
base
smoke
be
nothing.
so enamored with another team. I've never seen anything
We're
like it.
not worried
It's
about
depressing.
y'all, man.
Welcome to
It's
the AFC's
depressing.
roundtables.
It's depressing, man.
It's not just on here. No, it's
pathetic.
It's a product of the entire internet.
Everybody
Oh,
knew
yeah,
we was
you got
split
that
with
right.
Buffalo.
G
okay?
Firm with the $5. Every time the Pats lose, Novus at work gets a look on his face like he's been jacking off with Icy Hot. Wow.
I'm waiting for you to get is that a Dolphins fan?
Yeah.
Is that a Dolphins fan? I'm waiting to see a look on Dolphins fans' face when you want to finally win a playoff game because we've never seen that look before.
Well, you
So
gonna
show me
see
what
it-
your face looks like when you win a playoff game.
You're
bum.
gonna see it 3 times. This
Silas
year in the
Whittle
Super
with the
Bowl.
$5. Looking forward to Buffalo taking back first place next week. Josh Allen MVP season loading. That Miami defense can't cover a bed with a blanket.
At least
Absolutely,
Silas
man.
is showing a little Buffalo love. Appreciate it, Silas.
Thank you,
I
Silas.
am curious to see how that Dolphins-Eagles game looks after
Very
watching
curious.
the
We
Eagles-Jets
don't need
game
a
myself.
blanket.
Oh, dude, like Dolphins fans should be shitting themselves. They have a pissed off Eagles
Ah,
team.
stop
in
it,
Philly.
Dan.
They have a
Uh-oh,
pissed off
Dan's
Eagles
on
team.
Brazzers.
That's, no.
What's great about that is
no
the
way.
Discord that Dan started 2 years ago is like pseudo adjacent to this.
You should put that on a shirt.
Try hard 7. What the hell? How did you
Oh
even
my
think about that?
gosh. Hey, bro, that is like an element of the show that is like next level. These
Christ.
avatars are ridiculous, man.
Dude, it's crazy, man. South Florida. Richie looks like he's smashing the like button. Bro, me and the like button, we go way back. I mean, we are really, really tight. So good relationship with me and the
Go to the
like button.
clinic, Richie.
Hey,
The
I
like button,
got
man.
checked. Don't worry, we're good.
Hey.
Bro almost lost to the Giants. cope Bills poverty? Oh man, even when you win, you didn't win.
No,
in
I'm
the
not
eyes of
denying. Listen, everything they're saying. Well, not everything, but I mean something like that right there. That is accurate. But it's like it's amazing the amount of space that's taken up inside of these other fan bases' mind. It's great.
TD Shirts is giving
It's
me
rent free.
vertigo.
Like I never think about the Dolphins.
Never.
Ever.
Oh, that's
Ever.
a lie.
I never think about that.
Come on, Dan, you can't lie to the people like
It
that.
doesn't cross my mind once.
All right, you
You know?
can't lie to the people like that.
Z-Bot, y'all,
Fans coming
Z-Bot,
after me. Get out of here.
Hey,
Z-Bot, y'all are the first team to have a moral
I'm beating
victory after a
anybody.
victory,
Enjoy
bro.
first place for now. Just Bill fan. Bill fan.
No. That is your guys' fan base to the nth degree. Every other tweet on my timeline is enjoy the week, whatever it was, week 4 Super Bowl. And I don't think anybody did anything.
Oh,
And then
that's
as
great.
soon as it was like everybody in Miami got up for that London game just so they were waiting. They're like, oh, yeah, this is our time. We're going to get Twitter fingers were hot and
You
ready.
knew you would lose. You
Just
knew
like
it.
this. Just like this.
All right, let's move on. We're gonna get to the rest of the super chats after the next game, and we're talking about these Jets right now. Okay, that's next up. We're talking about these New York mother effing Jets. You heard it here first, baby. Ryan, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna go, and then we're gonna hear from the rest of the folks. So, what did you see from that game yesterday, Ryan, that really gets you excited about the rest of the season for the Jets?
Oh, it's what I've been seeing all season long. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Ooh, this Jets defense. Legit, absolutely legit. Richie brought it up earlier. 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. It's proof. Like the Jets are here. They are. That's without no starting cornerbacks. You had no Sauce, no Reed, no Hardy, no Eccles. You're down to like scraps as far as secondary pieces go, and you held the friggin' Eagles in check. I mean, heck, if it wasn't for a wacky kind of review in the beginning of the game on that 19-play drive, it would have been a 7-point Jets victory. Obviously, shutting them out in the back half of the game. Really, really cool to see. Now, I think as far as the Jets offensively, we're just starting to see Zach start to feel comfortable. And I think that's one of my favorite things to see, because when Rodgers went down week 1, I'm thinking I'm going to have to watch Zach Wilson after not learning behind Aaron Rodgers for an entire season. And the last 3 weeks has given Jet fans hope. So on the season so far, I looked this up earlier this morning. For the 6 games so far, Zach Wilson is tied for 16th with adjusted completion percentage, 76.2%. So that takes out throwaways. It takes out drop passes by wide receivers. So he's at least getting the ball in the right spot. And then as far as Jet fans' feelings towards Zach the last 3 games, if you were to extrapolate out these 3 games over the course of a 17-game season, Zach would have a 67% completion percentage, which would be 8th best in the league last year. He would have 3,570 yards, which would be 12th in the league last year. So at the very least, I'm feeling like I'm seeing relatively average starting quarterback play, and that's all I need to do, because the Jets were damn near in playoff contention last year with like 36th ranked quarterback play from Zach Wilson. That's all you got to see. You got a healthy Breece Hall, a healthy Garrett Wilson, and it looks like Nathaniel Hackett actually knows what the hell he's doing, because against the Chiefs, against the Eagles, they're throwing it all over the yard. Against the Broncos, clearly a rough run defense, they're running it down your throat. So the Jets can win a few different ways as long as that defense keeps creating opportunities. You have to be able to take advantage of the red zone, though. The Jets are 1-9 in the red zone, and we got a gift of Breece Hall running it into the end zone at the end of that game. Ideally, he probably doesn't run it in. You run clock out and you kick the field goal. But the Jets would be 0-9 as far as touchdowns go in the red zone. So they got to get that cleaned up before you can really start beating your chest. But heading into the bye, I thought the Jets would be 3-3 at the bye with Aaron Rodgers. So the fact that we're 3-3 without Aaron Rodgers and the back half of the schedule goes from first hardest schedule to 17th hardest schedule, I'm feeling a lot more confident towards the end of this year.
Beautiful, Ryan. You finished it off exactly with what I'm going to start it off, because all summer long I said with Aaron Rodgers, we need to get to 3-3 by the bye because of how ridiculously hard our schedule is before the bye week. And what happened? We get this 3-3 at the bye with Zach Wilson as our quarterback, with Elijah Vera Tucker going down, without Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. We go at home and beat the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning NFC champions, a team that did not lose once all season long. None of you gave the New York Jets a chance. I got to give respect to Master at work because he actually saw the Jets winning this game. Dan said, yeah, Richie, I see the Jets covering the spread. I don't care about covering no spread, Dan. I want to win the game, okay? And that's what this Jets team did. TD Finstock gave the Jets no chance. Laughing at my face. Oh, Richie, 6 wins. Not even a glimpse of chance that TD Finstock gave the New York Jets. They went out there and proved that they can beat any team in the NFL with this defense. Anybody. Bring me any NFL team at MetLife Stadium, and they will be in it, and they could potentially win it at the end with the way that this defense is playing. Absolutely ridiculous. You talk about this game right real quick. 4-0 turnover differential. The Jets defense forced 4 turnovers, and the Jets offense had 0 turnovers. And everyone's looking at Zach Wilson's box score, and they're like, oh, Zach Wilson didn't even play that well. The Jets defense won them the game. You're right. The Jets defense, big reason why they won. But another reason why they won is because Zach Wilson's playing turnover-free football. And that's all we need him to do. He's protecting the ball. He's being a game manager. He's being efficient with the rock. And he's not turning it over. The Jets offense is this close to figuring it out. Because it's not like they're incompetent and can't pick up first downs. They're moving the ball. They got playmakers all across this offense. Their issue is capitalizing in the red zone. And when we start scoring touchdowns in the red zone, we are going to be difficult to beat because we would have blew out the Denver Broncos if we just capitalized in the red zone. And we probably would have won comfortably against the Eagles if we'd learned how to score touchdowns in the red zone. So that's the missing piece to really unlock the full potential of this New York Jets team. Everybody in the chat listening to me last week on Wednesday night, genuinely believing that my Jets are going to upset the Philadelphia Eagles, call me delusional, call me this, call me that. Where you at? Where you at? I saw all you guys. And listen, I don't sit here and say the Jets are going to win every game. I really try my best to be objective, and I honestly did not see the Jets beating the Chiefs. But I saw them beating the Eagles. And because of the matchup, because of this defense, and the fact that without Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, that we were still able to do what we did. Quincy Williams, all-pro linebacker. Quinnen Williams getting his first interception. Jermaine Johnson. I can continue to name these defensive dogs because you guys are going to have to learn their names yourself when you verse them on your own. But I'm so sick of the disrespect to my New York Jets across this panel saying the season's over. Oh, Richie, enjoy the basement again. Your season's over. Where you at? The season ain't over, baby. 3-3 heading into the bye, exactly where I wanted to be with Aaron Rodgers, and we're here without him. And dare I say, oh, I'm not gonna say. I'll save that. Drop the mic, baby. JETS. All that disrespect, all that nonsense. I listened. I heard. I take my respect. All you people in the chat, where you at, baby? Stand up. All right, I'm done.
Well
I had
said,
to get
Richie.
that off my chest. I had to, and I went over my 2 minutes. My apologies.
You can
TD, the floor is yours, man. Give me your rebuttal. What'd you see from that Jets-Eagles game? Because you really have to watch the game closely because of that game you guys got this week.
Okay. 2 things. One thing good and one thing bad for the Jets, okay? I'm going to start with the bad, and I got to address this to Ryan. Ryan, stop lying to these people.
I'm looking for average quarterback play here. Come on.
Stop. You ain't even getting average quarterback play. Stop, Ryan. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all need to stop trying to sell Zach Wilson. Again, you still have a quarterback issue. The man threw for 186 yards and 0 touchdowns. The only positive is that he didn't turn it over. Talk about average quarterback play. He's still your problem on the team to why you can't dominate. And you said you'll be 3-3 with Aaron Rodgers. Well, the way the season's going now, you would have been 5-1 with Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
Okay, let's get that straight. Because the
Yeah,
Cowboys game, Zach Wilson threw 3 interceptions and they put up 30 points.
With 11 minutes left in the game, 3 interceptions. That's hero ball at that point.
Regardless,
He's got saying, one bad interception all year.
Broncos game, Chiefs game, those turnovers, they can't happen. Aaron Rodgers would have beaten the Patriots. Okay, Aaron Rodgers would have beaten the Chiefs in a 23-20 game where your guy was 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but there were opportunities he left on the field several times, and we all know this. So you would have been 5-1. So I will say this to Jets fans, and I ain't gonna be long, but I'll just say this: what I saw yesterday made me go back and look and reevaluate the Jets. because everything was so built on Aaron Rodgers, that I think that we forget to realize that this young team from last year grew a year and got another year of experience without Aaron Rodgers, and natural progression takes place. This defense only allowed the Bills 16 points. This defense only allowed the Patriots 15. They only allowed the Chiefs 23 points and got multiple turnovers. They only allowed the Broncos 21, and they turned it over, and the Broncos scored off of one of those turnovers. And the Eagles 14 points. The defense is legitimate. One of the main reasons I feel like they're legitimate is because it didn't have anything to do with Sauce Gardner or, who else was out? DJ Reed. It's the system on defense. You all make it tough for the quarterback and the receiver. You play man coverage. You put your hands on the receivers. You shadow them. So and you do it all game just about. You might go into a zone maybe 20% of the time, at least it feels that way. But you get physical and you get at it for the majority of the game. What does that do to even great quarterbacks? They got to be perfect. The receivers got to run perfect routes. This is what I be explaining to people, even with my own team. When you play against these teams that run this raggedy zone, you're leaving quarterbacks to just hit people in windows. Timing gets to be used. But when you play man coverage, bump and run, and you're shadowing these receivers, the quarterback has to be perfect and the receivers have to be perfect. So that high catch in zone, you can get it. In man coverage, now you give the defender time to jar it out. The pass behind the receiver in zone coverage, they can still make the play. In man coverage, that might be a pick. These are the things that I keep trying to explain to people. It's hard when you go against teams who can run man, but also get pressure on the quarterback. I'm going to tell you this, Richie, and this is going to be a week-by-week basis, bro. But right now, y'all can make the playoffs.
Can you say that again?
I'm backtracking off of everything I said. I'm looking at your schedule.
That's what I'm saying. We just got through the hardest part of the schedule.
You can make the playoffs, and I'll be done right after this. Giants victory, Raiders potential victory, Atlanta Falcons victory, Houston Texans could be a victory with this defense. The Washington Commanders could be a victory, and I think you will get that last game of the season with the Patriots because that's going to be their solidified tank. That's 6 wins right there added onto your 3 is 9. And all you got to do is have one performance to get in the playoffs against one of these teams. Chargers, which is doable. Buffalo again, which is doable. Miami twice. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Hey, we're splitting with you. You know it.
And the Browns. You just show up in one of those games and get a victory like you did against the Eagles, that's 10 wins, and you could possibly get in. I'm going to be honest. I've switched total gears on the Jets. But again, your quarterback is still an issue. So at the end of the day, just imagine if you had an ounce of better quarterback play.
And that's just, you're right? I think that, we all know as Jets fans, if Aaron Rodgers was here, that like contender, like energy that was around the team, you can see why that hype was real. Because again, it wasn't just we got Aaron Rodgers. It was the defense matched with Aaron Rodgers and the playmakers, and that's what made it special. So, TD, respect to you for giving the Jets their flowers. So let's move on to the Dan. Are you there? Are you in the darkness retreat with Aaron Rodgers? Oh, there he is. Dan, what'd you see from the Jets Eagles game?
Listen, Richie. You know what? I did say that you guys would cover the spread, right? And I wasn't wrong. Right? I was not wrong. Let's go ahead and put that out there. However, honestly, man, like watching this Eagles team, they just don't look like the same Philadelphia, especially offensively. I knew that they were going to struggle against the New York Jets defense. I was surprised when I turned on the TV and I figured out that you guys ended up pulling it off. I think that like really good teams pull off close games, and even when everybody, sort of counts them out. And hats off to the Jets. Super excited to see what they do. I think this is a great opportunity for them to rest up and get healthy through the bye. And I think that as long as Zach Wilson just keeps on slightly progressing, and then also say that you guys end up, like finding improvements right within that red zone offense. And I would have to agree with TD. I do see a path for you guys to make the playoffs.
Interesting stuff, Dan. I appreciate that. Now, before we get into Masterwork, I'll let Doug speak because I know that he does have to skedaddle. So, Doug, first, just your brief thoughts about that Jets-Eagles game, and then I know you're not going to be here for the Dolphins segment, so if you want to give your brief thoughts about that Dolphins win over the Panthers as well before you get out of here.
Yeah, that Jets game. Whew. I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, I was rooting, obviously, as a Dolphin fan. I was rooting for you guys. You know, if you guys didn't do it, we're going to do it this Sunday. So, but I was happy for you guys. I even tweeted out, I was like, there you go. You guys got your W. And the way you did it, too, you made Jalen Hurts just make the stupidest decisions. Like that last drive, just run the ball or throw an easy check down, milk the clock, make them punt, and make your offense do something that I had a hard time doing all game. But I was watching your live stream. I was sitting here watching the game, watching your live stream, and I was ahead of you. And when the pick happened, I was like, and I saw you lose it. And I was like, there we go. Like, obviously, I'm a Dolphin fan, but you got to be happy for you guys to see you. Like, hey, us with the Ravens last year, you love seeing that. But I will say this, right? I'm going to get a little Dolphins on you, a little biased on you. I also was very happy for you guys because then I knew I live in Jersey. I was listening to 101.9 before. Big heads. This is it. We're taking it all.
Which show was it?
To Joe Evans. I was like, we're getting it all. And the same thing happened last year. You guys went 6-3, and then the wheels fell off. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Like TD was saying, second half of the schedule, I was even looking at it. I'm like, wow, they play the Texans. The Browns aren't that good, even though they beat the Niners. I think you guys can handle the Browns. I honestly think that 3 teams in this division are going to go to the playoffs. It just depends on the order.
The Patriots going to make it?
But I'm honestly happy for you guys. I know that feeling, and I'm very happy you guys felt it. And I'm very happy that you guys, like when Rodgers went down week 1, I could just feel it. You guys were like, that's it. Like, we're screwed. But after now, you guys feel like we have a chance, like you guys were saying. So I'm very happy for you guys.
I appreciate that tweet you sent out to us, Jets content creators.
Yeah, man, you guys deserve it. And it's always nice seeing friends, not only Jet fans but friends, get a win like that, because it's just awesome on the and especially on the national stage like that. It's really awesome. As for the Dolphins game, I'm not gonna lie, like I said before, down 14, I was like, come on, man, don't it what it felt like to me. These 2 guys are fighting, and the one guy knows he's going to win. And he's like, all right, I'll let you hit me first. And then he gets hit, and he's like, all right, don't do that again. And he did it again. And then the bigger guy's like, I told you not to do it again. Just had to just put him down. If it wasn't for the Mike White horrible pick 6, the Miami Dolphins would have won 42-14. They didn't score a point after the first quarter. It was just the Dolphins woke up and were like, oh, okay, Panthers are here to try to do something. We need to wake up. And just Achane out. Okay, Raheem Mostert's going to go off for 100 and something yards. He got 4 touchdowns. He has 11 on the season total, reception and running, which is second most to 2018's Todd Gurley. Like, he's going off. The run game is going off. I'm not used to seeing that. It's been since 2016 I've seen a good run game with Miami, but they're doing something. But again, we talk about it. It's obviously a narrative. They did it against these teams, but if the Chargers win tonight, they did it against a winning team. But they haven't really done anything against a formidable team, but they beat the teams they're supposed to. We've seen teams not beat teams they're supposed to. Cardinals beat the Cowboys. The Jags beat the Texans beat the Jags. Dolphins are doing what they're supposed to do. Now they have to do what they need to do, and that's where Sunday comes in. And we got Vic Fangio, who was with the Eagles all last year. Can he look at the Jets film and kind of try to duplicate that? And obviously not to the same degree, because you guys have a way better pass rush than us, but can he match that? And that's what it's going to tell. But I got to get out of here. Love hanging out with you guys. And see you guys.
Love you, Doug.
Appreciate you, Doug.
See you, Doug.
Man.
Later.
Z-Bot, let's get into your thoughts of that Jets-Eagles game. And I know you got a skedaddle as well, so you can talk about the Bills game right afterwards.
Yeah, so for the Jets, like I said, I've been saying I feel like throughout the first month and a half here, like, real happy for you guys, seriously. I was in the stadium when Rodgers went down. I've never felt so bad for an opposing fan base. And just from a human level, I just felt horrid. I mean, watching that unfold 4 snaps into a game, and you could just see the look on everyone's face where it goes from potential Super Bowl hopes to now you've completely erase not only that from your mind, but you're wondering maybe when the next win's going to come based on what you've seen in the past from this team. And then, of course, on top of that, the constant barrage from the media. For Zach Wilson to have turned it around, and this is where I lean more towards what Ryan said as opposed to what TD said. I understand what both of you are saying, but for Zach Wilson to come out and eradicate the mistakes enough to not hinder this team, the defense is so good that they're going to be in a position to win a ball game almost every week if they don't completely implode on offense. And I understand above average quarterback means you're not relying on the quarterback to just not turn the ball over to have a good day. But right now for Zach Wilson, you are, and that's what he's doing. So for a kid who has been getting crucified by everybody, not only the media, but I mean, for God's sakes, Joe Namath himself, the all end all be all New York Jet, for him to go out and turn it around the way he's had, I know it's not Tom Brady numbers, but you got to be happy for that kid. I try to look at things from a human level at times. I can't imagine what it must be like for someone like him to hop online and see every single human being who watches the NFL just shit on him nonstop. To go out and get a win like that, to play like he did against the Chiefs despite a loss, you can't help but be happy for him. The defense themselves, extraordinary. You look at what Cleveland was yesterday. Very similar situation to what the Jets were in. They have a backup quarterback in, right? Their offense up till now has not been anything special, but the defense has been incredible. And that's why when you guys keep referencing a potential Jets-Browns playoff game, that game might finish 6-3. I don't care what the under is. Hammer the hell out. But you're looking at what the best teams, quote unquote, in the AFC are doing outside of the Dolphins. The offense, when they're clicking, it's off the charts, obviously. But look at how the Bengals have been winning. Look at how the Bills won yesterday. Look at how the Chiefs have won almost every one of their games this year. They're kind of similar to what the Jets have been doing. It's ugly. You're not entirely sure which way it's going to go, but the Jets somehow pull it out. So through the first month and a half, like you guys said, I am right on the same page as you. I thought with that schedule, with Aaron Rodgers 3-3, you'd probably be satisfied with it. You got to be elated with it to have that record without Aaron Rodgers. So congrats to you guys. It is definitely more interesting now than I thought it would be. And like you keep on reiterating with that defense, I don't think there's a team in the league who's overly confident in steamrolling the Jets any given week now. They're going to be in the majority of the games they play. As for the Bills, yesterday when the books closed, they go into that game as a 16-point favorite. That, of course, if they lose, would be one of the biggest upsets in NFL history, and they were a potential flag away, a potential – I mean, if Brian Dable just coaches 10% better than he did last night, they win that game. I have no answer right now for what the Buffalo Bills currently are heading into week 7. I have no clue. I have been waiting to see a median from this team, and we have yet to get it. We're 6 games in, and they have hit the absolute peak of peaks, and they have also shown the absolute bottom of the bottom, I think. I don't know if we've seen the best of the best or the worst of the worst. I hope to God we've seen the latter. But you go into a game yesterday at home, and you have an opportunity to rewrite a narrative coming off of a really terrible performance in London. It's a get-right game. You would think you're more than 2 touchdown favorites. You're playing against a backup quarterback and an offensive line. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when they were doing the Sunday Night Football graphics, one of the Giants linemen said he was fresh off the couch. That is what this Bills defense was going up against. And I understand the Bills D for the most part played well, and you got to give them credit. They're banged up as hell, missing multiple all-pro players and some of their best players at that. But the Bills go up and take the 7-6 lead, finally scoring any points at all as the fourth quarter kicks off. And the next possession, Saquon Barkley, who's been nowhere to be found all night behind a line that has a guy who was doing what we were doing a week ago, sitting here watching football. They go right down the field on the Bills. I think last night was a battle of almost who wanted to F it up more, and it just felt like the Giants effed it up a bit more. That play before the half was abysmal. The Giants had a 3rd and inch late in the game. They ran a designed run with Tyrod, shout out Greg Rousseau. He read it like a book and was able to stop it. But I got to tell you, if I'm the Giants, what do you have to lose? You're not going to the playoffs. You're Brian Dable. You're playing your former team. You got them right where you want them. They don't go for it there. They settle for a field goal. Eventually, you have to anticipate the Bills are going to wind up scoring some points, and that's exactly what happened. But that game last night, like I told you earlier, I anticipated being 4-2 today. The Bills are 4-2. That's a game the Bills lose almost 100 out of 100 times. When Allen missed Knox and Bass misses the field goal. And up until yesterday, no one had been kicking the ball better than T. Bass, and all of a sudden he was on a milk carton. When they missed that field goal, every Bills fan who's been watching this team as religiously as all of us have been, you thought to yourself, the Bills are losing this game. That's a game they lose every single time. The fact I'm sitting here talking about a victory, to me, is still blowing my mind. The Giants had it every which way, could not get it done. You can talk all you want about the flag at the end. Do I think it probably should have been called based on what the calls have been throughout the year? Yeah, probably. But this league right now has a terrible officiating problem. And it's not just benefiting the Bills. It's not just benefiting whoever's, the beneficiary of the day. It has been some of the least consistent officiating I've seen. And you know what? The Bills were on the right side of it yesterday. I could give you 1,000 examples of where they were on the wrong side of it. So at the end of the day, the Giants, they were the better team on the field yesterday, and it shouldn't have even come down to a flag or a no call because they should have had that game wrapped up way earlier. I don't know what's going on. The Bills have the Patriots coming this week, and we all know what New England's been. And if the Bills go out and do this again for a third straight week, the offense has got to find a way to get it in gear, and they have not done anything close to that. And it really makes you wonder when you put up 37, 38, and 48 in back-to-back-to-back weeks, and then all of a sudden can't find any groove at all. It really makes you wonder how they're able to find that groove and how they're all of a sudden just able to leave it completely behind. So a lot needs to be done moving forward if these Bills want to continue to be towards the top. But like I said, 4-2 is 4-2. Hopefully they do get it in gear. But, last night was about as bad of a win as I think you could possibly have. But 4-2 nonetheless.
As bad as a win. Well, Z-Bot, I appreciate your, first of all, respect towards the Jets to start off, and your analysis on that Bills game. Always a pleasure to listen to you talk about your Bills. We appreciate you joining the show. I know that you got to get out of here, so you're more than welcome to dip out of here whenever you please, man. We appreciate it.
All right, fellas. Have a great rest of the night.
Thanks, Z-Bot.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace.
All right, let's get into the final takes from the Patriots duo about the Jets-Eagles game before we get on to the next one. Patriots Global, what did you see from that Jets-Eagles game?
Yeah, man. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to start off on a high note, and I want to say that I was thinking of you, Richie, the entire time. I was going to text you, but I was like, you know what? This dude is probably on like cloud 9. Not even cloud. He's on cloud 10 right now.
And he hung up on me.
He is
I was
going crazy. And I watched your live stream a little bit, so I was like, I know that this dude is living his best life right now, and I can only imagine how that feels. So, someone who lives, unfortunately, in kind of that PA area with like, Eagles fans and whatnot, I hate the Eagles. I hate Eagles fans. Let me tell you, it was really nice to kind of just, rub it in and slide up on people's stories and be like, damn, y'all just lost to the Jets. That's crazy. Obviously, no hurt on the Jets, but, that's a game that you thought that they would win, right? But kind of looking at this game in a nutshell, Zach Wilson didn't play a great game, and he did the bare minimum. I'm sorry, he did the bare minimum. I think there's a lot of hype going around about kind of Zach Wilson, and he's doing a lot better, and he is. I will say that. I think he's taking accountability. Honestly, I think for me, the biggest thing about Zach Wilson is I've seen a big improvement from him, not on the field, but off the field, which I think is what's translating to on the field and more productivity for you guys because he's taking a leadership role, right? He's being more mature, something that we want Mac Jones to do. He's kind of rallying guys more together. He's taking that blame on himself and kind of using it more as motivation, which is helping the guys around him. But him alone, he's doing the bare minimum. He didn't turn the ball over. It goes such a long way, but you even look at his numbers. I mean, 19 for 33, 186 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and sacked 5 times. He's not the reason you won the game, point blank. He's not a reason that you can even list on why you guys won that game. You guys really didn't even run the ball that well. I mean, Garrett Wilson was probably the best part to your offense. You guys won because of your defense at the end of the day, which is easily one of the best defenses in the National Football League. And you guys can even make a case for the best defense in the National Football League. And I think that right now you guys are winning games in a way that Bill Belichick expected to enter this season winning games. And I think you guys are kind of the outline on what he was trying to do and how he was trying to succeed. But I agree with Dan, and this is something that I've been thinking about all season is what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles, because this offense is not the Philadelphia Eagles. And you can't say that, well, we're just a great Jets defense and we're the reason that they sucked in this game. And that's definitely part of it. But at the end of the day, they've been playing like like shit, like not the Eagles offense since the season has started. They didn't play that well against the Patriots. They let Mac Jones throw for over 300 yards and almost win that game if a rookie receiver can keep his feet in bounds. At the end of the day, if Jalen Hurts doesn't throw just one of those interceptions, this could have been a very different game. 4 turnovers by their offense is kind of that big outlook on why ultimately this game ended how it did. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. And you can say that, well, it's the Eagles' fault that they lost because they turned the ball over 4 times. Well, at the end of the day, maybe that's partially true. But at the end of the day, too, the fact that you guys were able to force that many turnovers also has to be given credit. And I think you have to let this Jets team in general, not just their defense, but this team in general, you have to give them some of their credit. And I don't know where you guys are going to go this season. I really don't have expectations for you. But I think it's one of those situations where you look at it and you say, this team could really go anywhere. So I got to give you guys your props for this week.
Richie, I got to respond real quick. So first off, the 4 turnovers, 3 of them, one was a fumble, so Jets defense caused that. And then 2 of them were knocked down by Jets defenders. One was a Jalen Hurts arm hit by Jermaine Johnson. The other one was Jermaine Johnson hitting, I think it was A.J. Brown at the time, or Goddard.
Yeah.
And then, so really the one bad throw was at the end of the game by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson, on the other hand, 5 drops would have put him over 70% completion percentage, would have been 73% completion percentage.
You're right.
And
It was
then
just
one
over
of the-
50 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So listen to what some of the positives that we saw, right? Like Zach hurries the guys to the line, catches 12 men on the field. Zach able to use the hard count, pulling guys off sides. We get like a 35, 40-yard gain that gets negated because Alan Lazard decides to do a crackback block. Overall, Jets fans are pretty happy with what we've seen from Zach, and it's not reflected in the box score because of some weird, wonky things that are happening. It's definitely being some excuses.
Ryan, stop.
Ryan,
No.
you sound like me trying to explain that Mac Jones is a good
Hey.
quarterback.
Hey, so
I'm not
one thing
trying to
I
claim
do.
good quarterback. I'm
Yeah,
claiming
yeah.
trending up the last 3 weeks. That's
Trending
all
up,
I'm
baby.
claiming.
So one thing I do want to
Let the haters
say,
hit.
and I think this is probably going to hype up Richie and Ryan right now. All right.
Better be genuine,
See?
man.
Seriously, it is. Seeing how the Jets have competed with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Buffalo Bills this season, if you ever use, you lost to the Jets as a damn diss, you don't know ball. This team can play football.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
You lost
I'm
to
so
the
sick
Jets is no longer a diss, boys.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I'm so sick
Listen,
of
one game's
people
a
saying
fluke.
to the Bills, "You lost."
Yo,
to
listen,
the
one
Jets."
game's a fluke. 2 is a head scratcher. 3, you're just an idiot. Like losing to the Jets is not a diss.
Dan,
anymore.
you're trying to cope, bro. Stop.
I think right now the Jets are at that kind of that middle pack, right? Like you don't go into it saying, "Oh my gosh, like we got the Jets, that's an easy win," but you also don't go into this game saying, "Oh God, it's the Jets, this is easily a loss." You have that middle pack right now.
Tua putting up
baby.
40
Yeah, I
on the
think that's
Jets, man.
Keep bringing the truth, Ryan, with Zach. Come on, baby. He's trending up, and they can't believe it, but it's all good. Master at work, man. Let's get to your thoughts before we get into the next segment. What'd you thought about that game? Because you actually had the more.
Richie put my graphic up. It's backstage. See, I'll bring receipts.
Oh,
So, I just want to say this. I know we're talking about the Jets.
ridiculous, man.
First, I want to say I want to congratulate the New York Jets. You are now the second best team in this division. I want to congratulate Zach Wilson for also being the second best quarterback in this division. Ladies and gentlemen, as the graphics you see is not a lie. The Dolphins, Zach Wilson is 2-0 versus teams with above 500 record against winning teams. Tua has never beaten a winning team in the history of his career, and he's been in the league longer than Zach Wilson. 395 days since Tua, I think, since beating a winning team. And Zach Wilson, he is Zach Wilson. But you can check the graphic off now. I just needed to say that. So anyway, like I said, I did predict the Jets to win. People thought I was crazy. I actually put money on the Jets to win. The only reason I didn't win was because 49ers and Brock Purdy couldn't beat the Browns. And otherwise, I'll be up $1,900 right now. Fuck the 49ers. But no, I knew the Jets were going to win this game because this is a typical trap game. It's a trap game for the Eagles. Now, the Jets were the better team. Their defense is top 5, just like I thought they were going to be. Even without Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, they really were impressive yesterday. Just keep giving Brees the ball. Don't give Zach Wilson too much leeway to just throw it around willy-nilly. He played a perfect game, bro. Zach Wilson pitched the perfect game. He did what he was supposed to do, something that Mac Jones apparently can't learn. And I think what's more impressive about Zach Wilson is more of his leadership skills. Because I saw a picture of him hugging one of his offensive linemen. I don't remember who he was hugging. But that just shows you that his teammates, even after he threw him under the bus last season, that no matter how much your teammates despise you at the moment, bro, you can always turn it around and build that trust. And he took accountability when they lost to the Chiefs, even though I don't think it was his fault, even though he did fumble. But that's what a leader looks like. That's what taking accountability looks like. And that's night and day from the way Zach Wilson was last season, as far as off the field and not taking accountability. That just shows you that Mac Jones doesn't have no fucking excuse. If Zach Wilson can turn it around, not just on the field, but his attitude off the field, then anyone can do it. This is one of the greatest turnarounds by a quarterback I think I've ever seen in the history of the National Football League, ladies and gentlemen.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
And even though Zach Wilson is not a top upper echelon quarterback, he's slowly climbing, slowly getting his confidence. He can't go from 0 to 100, but he's slowly getting to 100. And I think the Jets fans should owe Zach Wilson an apology. At least half of your fan base owes him an apology, because that just shows you don't give up on somebody like that easily. And I know it looked really terrible with Aaron Rodgers going down, but I think this might have been the best thing to ever happen to the New York Jets. Because even if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, you can kind of look at, man, we might have something in this kid. And if Rodgers come back, then that's even better. Now you have a quarterback to build on for the future. And the confidence level, and he's getting playing time. He's going through adversity. You never judge a quarterback around when he's surrounded by everything going around him. It's going perfectly, it's going smoothly. You judge your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, by when everything around him goes to shit. Adversity is a motherfucker. And Jack Wilson, man, that motherfucker. Listen, bro, he gets my respect. But this is more of an indictment to me on the Miami Dolphins, honestly. If you really think about it, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is more of an indictment on the Miami Dolphins. At the end of the day, people were bashing the Bills for losing to the Jets. I can't wait until the Jets play Miami twice. Oh, I can't wait. That defense is going to bro, you better start getting them jiu-jitsu classes back in, bro, because that defense is going to eat y'all alive. Oh, I can't wait. But good win, Jets, and I'm happy for Richie and Ryan, because honestly, they deserve it.
Respect to you, Tyson. I appreciate that. And I also liked your take on Zach Wilson's growth off the field. I think his maturity has translated to the field, as Patriots Global said as well. And I think that, after that, I think it was after the Patriots game last year where he had that boneheaded press conference where he, threw his entire defense under the bus. So the growth from that standpoint, his maturity is translated. He's showing improvements, and Jets fans are very, very pleased about Zach Wilson's growth as a quarterback. So respect to you guys for showing the Jets some respect. I really, really appreciate that. So let's get into the next segment. And TD, send me something. Come on, TD, just share that yourself like Master at Work did.
It won't work for me, man.
Come on, Master Work knows how to do it. You can do it.
And so I already sent you mine, Rich.
Last time, Richie.
No, it's not that, Dan.
Oh, it's not that.
Oh, you guys are funny. So we still have 2 more games to get to. We have a lot of different super chats to get to. So we're gonna do that. Patriots Global and Ryan, I know you guys got to go around 7:30. So just let us know when you want to get out of here, and we'll let you guys get out of here. And then you got us, the 4 that will be taking you guys into the rest of the show. So we appreciate that. All right. Let's get into some super chats real quick. Miami cheers for everyone else because we own Miami.
Yes, Seos. Yes.
TD, Josh Allen forfeits the right to call himself the Dolphins' daddy. If y'all trade us, McDaniel straight up. Fairdale the mate, says Denver Smith. What do you say to that?
That bum is a bum. He right back to being a bum, just so you know.
Jimmy Casket. Jets held a Super Bowl team to 14 points. Woo. One of those touchdowns was bogus, by the way.
So the revival of Jimmy Casket, man. I expect this kid to be entirely different on the Wednesday. Come on,
Jimmy. You were a little too pessimistic last week for my life.
Yeah, you were, man. Where is that?
Wednesday night.
Where's that arrogant Jimmy Casket? I miss him, baby.
We need arrogant Jimmy back. G Firm, victory cigars on me if your team won on Sunday. Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go.
baby.
Let's go.
Ryan, we got some cigars.
I love it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
D Royal, Bills fans don't remember much because they're always crashing their heads into frozen tables. I'd want to forget I live in irrelevant Western New York, too. Dan, what's your response to that?
What's my response? I mean, he did pay for my reaction, so I'll give it to him. I mean, bro, fuck off, you know? There you go. Anyway.
Tony B, look, you know how the story ends. The hero just barely escaped with his life, and he's in trouble. Oh, no. Spoiler, Bills win the East again. Ooh, Tony. Buffalo's 1 game back from the Miami Dolphins, and this is going to be a big week upcoming, and we're going to save the preview segment for Wednesday night. But, man, a lot is at stake for the AFC East this past weekend, and Ryan, we get to sit back and relax on our bye week, baby.
That's right.
Woo! We get to
Can
chill.
only win this week for us.
I'm excited about this week, man.
Yeah,
This
baby.
is it.
You know what I'm excited for, TD? Bleacher Report, because I think I might be in first place. Just saying.
Oh.
No, Richie. You took some L's too. You made some pie. The Jets game got you one.
I took the
victory over-
Commanders where nobody else did. They won as well.
Yeah, but you took one that was wrong.
Yeah, I took one that was wrong.
I think it was the Titans or something.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. We got the Bengals together.
I've already checked it, Richie. You might be tied with the other 2 guys, but
I'll take it, though. As long as I pick the Jets. Guys, if you didn't know what we're talking about, TD and I have a weekly show on Bleacher Report that's live on the Bleacher Report every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. It's me, TD Finns Talk, and then it's a Lions YouTuber, Dose of Dion, who's a great content creator, the man, and then a Cowboys guy, Vach Lombardi, who is like the king of the Dallas Cowboys content creation. And it's us 4 going into every single game upcoming, giving our picks. And last week, I was the only one to pick the Jets over the Eagles. And we do standings every week. So every week you see who's in first, second, third, fourth place. TD's in last place. He's been in the basement.
But I closed some ground this week, Richie.
TD's been in the basement all season.
Hey.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Hey.
Can we get
Makes sense.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see the standings on that. But, guys, definitely go check out Bleach Report on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Sean with the $10. I knew we going to win when I predicted the exact score. LOL, Jets, Jets. Come on, Sean. It isn't over till it's over. We're winning the division because the Bills look bad. December for the Finns. Oh, Sean's already looking for the division win. Okay. I like it, baby. A lot needs to go in our favor in terms of us on a big winning streak and the Dolphins and the Bills to even out. But, man, you never know. Barney with the $2. Jalen gets rattled. Patton Allen, 2. Zach does not. I mean, it's so true. I know that Zach isn't lighting up the box score, but in all of the games, Zach Wilson outplayed Josh Allen, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes, and he outplayed Jalen Hurts. I mean, come on now. What more do you need? He doesn't need to light up the box score. You know the only stat that matters, Dan? Wins. Even though you're like, wins aren't a quarterback stat. You know what? It is in my eyes. Go, Zach. Jimmy Casket. Richie, I know we had 0 turnovers, but we need touchdowns. This defense is the best in the NFL. No questions asked. However, we need to move the sticks. We are moving the sticks, but we're not scoring touchdowns, and we are this close. And if we can figure that out, then we are literally on another level, okay? Then we go on a win streak. Because if this team figures out how to score touchdowns in the red zone, oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Ryan, I mean, I'm going to be too arrogant. I'm going to be too confident when that happens.
Dude,
Jimmy Casket.
Lots
you
of
won't
meat
figure
on
it
the
out. You won't figure it out. Don't worry.
Hey, come on. We're this close, TD.
How was Zach Wilson?
The NY Bully. Somebody let TD in his I get these ribs on the grill shirt that the Jets can still win 10, 11 games, even with Zach, with how easy the schedule is.
Oh, my gosh. Y'all going to learn. It's all right.
Oh, man. That's great. Ryan and Patriots Global, I know you both got to get out of here at 7:30. Guys, everyone go check out Ryan's show tonight at 8 p.m. He does a call-in show on his channel every Monday night. So any Jets fans or non-Jets fans who want to call into the show, definitely go check that out. And Patriots Global, anything that's going on in your channel tonight or throughout the week? that you want to announce?
Tonight, no, but we of course got winners and losers video dropping soon. We always do post-game lives over on the channel. So immediately every single game, it's over on Bleacher Report. So as soon as the game ends, we're over on Bleacher Report. We're streaming there. Sometimes we'll even have streams during the week over on Bleacher Report. So immediate thoughts and reactions and breakdowns of the game are over on Bleacher Report. But after Bleacher Report for about 20 to 30 minutes, we head over to the YouTube channel. We break it down. I do some stuff with my boy Rob from the House Call Sports. We break that game down. We give our reactions for about hour and a half, and we take some questions with, of course, a lot of content dropping throughout the week. We're also trying to go other platforms. So check us out over on Twitter. Check us out over on TikTok. We break down a lot of other NFL news, not just the Patriots, but of course, a lot of Patriots stuff too, baby.
Don't give up on Mac Jones. Don't give up on Mac Jones, baby.
Hell yeah, Dan, you got me on it. I was coming on Dan's TikToks just to give myself a little bit more juice.
Mac Jones, baby.
Y'all roll on them TikToks, baby. You get on that game, baby.
Dan told me to, so I was like,
You get on that game, baby.
Hell yeah, baby.
Ryan, what you got? What you got on? You want to say anything before you get out of here?
You plugged it. Monday show starts at 8 o'clock. If you guys want to refute anything that I've said on here after this show obviously ends. But thank you guys so much for having me on again.
Always a pleasure, Ryan.
Ryan, you're the man, bro.
Enjoy
Love you
the rest
guys.
of your night, boys.
Appreciate you.
Of course. So, folks, before we
And
get
then
into
there
the rest
was
of the
4.
super chats and the next couple of segments, we do have a brand new proud sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable that we're really, really excited to launch, guys. Really excited to launch this one. And that happens to be Sleeper Fantasy, baby. Brand new to the channel, baby. Now, if you guys want to click that link that's pinned in the chat, you guys will get a 100% sign-up bonus. They match 100% of your initial deposit right away. So these are my picks personally for tonight's game, guys. And Sleeper is the best. It's a really user-friendly where you just player prop bets, right? You make a bunch of bets for the game upcoming. And I've won a lot of money recently personally. Let me show you my picks for tonight. Actually, we'll start off with Dan's picks. And we can all see it ourselves. So this is what Dan's rocking with tonight. So if you guys want to check it out, here it is. Dan Mitchell has $5 to win $44 on the Sleeper app. He's got the over of Eckler, 49.5 rushing yards. CeeDee Lamb over 5.5 receptions. Dak Prescott over a two pass touchdowns basically, and then Herbert less than 275.5 passing yards. So Dan, do you really think this ticket's gonna hit or what?
Man, you know what? I definitely am. I think that Austin Eckler, he's really going to be able to take advantage of that Cowboys run defense. I know that they do have some injuries there. CeeDee Lamb has been flirting with some receptions. And, I mean, honestly, the entire league has just been roasting the Cowboys for not targeting this man enough. And they've been saying that they're treating him like a wide receiver 3, where they should be treating him like a wide receiver 1. So I see Dak looking for this man. Same thing with Dak Prescott. I feel like he's due. I mean, past couple of games, he's only had 1 passing touchdown. I think this is going to happen. And we all know that this is a Brandon Staley-led Chargers team. And I do know that while their defense is on paper pretty stacked, they have been struggling pretty tremendously. And then as far as Justin Herbert, man, listen, past couple of games, I think that what they're going to do is that they're going to hold them. I think it's going to be close, but I have a really good gut feeling this is about a smack.
Now, I happen to agree. I like your picks, and I'm going to share you guys my picks for tonight. And again, guys, make sure you guys click that link and use promo code AFC East. They match 100% of your deposit right away, up to $100 by using our code AFC East. Now, this is what I'm rocking with tonight. It's a little more money that could be made. $20 will win me $375. I got Keenan Allen getting over 81.5 receiving yards. I think that he's the bona fide number 1 target for Justin Herbert. I think he's going to go crazy tonight personally. And I got Dak Prescott with over 22.5 completions. The one thing you know about Dak Prescott, he's efficient and he checks the ball down a lot and he gets a high completion percentage and he really gets those high efficiency looks. So that's why I went with his completions rather than his touchdown passes personally. Austin Eckler is back and he is going to get 87.5 or more yards from the line of scrimmage, in my opinion. I think that's a lock. I mean, especially when you could put in consideration of the receiving yards on top of the rushing yards with Austin Eckler. I think Herbert's going to get 2 passing touchdowns. I know that the Dallas Cowboys defense is for real, but I like Justin Herbert getting in the end zone twice through the air. And then I got CeeDee Lamb getting in the end zone. I think that this is the game where CeeDee Lamb finds the end zone. And folks, this is a $20 bet to win you $375. So if you guys want to click that link that's pinned in the chat and use our promo code AFC East and download Sleeper right now, now, it is probably legal in your state. Right now, it's in New York, it's in Florida, it's in California. It's a lot of states it's legal, guys. And I'll remind you guys, a great way to support the channel here on the AFC East Roundtable is not only by hitting the like button and subscribing, but it's also helping out the channel by supporting the brand deals, supporting the promotions here on the AFC East Roundtable. Because to be transparent with you guys, without these brand deals, we're not able to bring you guys consistent content. We're not able to invest in the business to really elevate our game. So without your guys' support of these brand deals, again, the AFC East Roundtable is not doing what it's doing today. So if you guys want to simply click that link that's pinned in the chat, download it, use our code, put $10 down on a parlay, and guess what? You put $10 down, they gave you $10 for free, so you basically have $20 to play with. Or you put $50 down, you get $50 free, which brings you to $100. Or if you want to get crazy, you put $100 down, they'll give you $100 for free, which will give you $200 to play with. So again, they're matching 100% of your initial deposit, up to $100. TD, what do you think of our parlays? Do you have any bets that you have for tonight's game on Sleeper?
Well, I sent it to you. I like them. I don't like getting into the CD Lamb one. It's so hit and miss.
It really is.
You know, that CD Lamb. And by the way, Dan, you know, you've been losing people a lot of money, bro. So
What you mean? What you mean?
If I were y'all, I would take TD's advice on these bets, man. Take Prescott to get 2 touchdowns, Herbert to get 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard will rush for over 68 yards today. And I also got Austin Eckler rushing for 50.5.
And so I gave Dak 2 touchdowns, by the way. All right.
TD put a pitcher in his parlay, and he already hit.
Yeah. I got my wife. I got my wife on Sleeper too, man. She been hitting too. So this is mine for the night. I'm already up. My pitcher only needed 5, strikeouts. He got 9. So your boy doing his thing, man. The other 4 they'll hit, and I'll turn $20 to $300. Call it a day. Tell the wife to go get a bar stool or something for that new house.
Oh, man. And guys, by the way, do us a favor and screenshot your picks too. Like screenshot your slips and say that you win big. Screenshot it, flex, bro. Just hit us up on Twitter. Throw it in the Discord. Let's make some money.
Yeah, guys, if you download the app and use our code and you make a parlay for tonight's game, please feel free to share your picks on Twitter. You can add us at AFCE Roundtable. That's on Twitter. You can also tag us on Instagram if you want to post it on your story and tag us. We love to see your types of picks. And we have a Discord if you guys want to share it on there as well. We want to be really interactive with the community and really be more, into the whole community here. And I'm really, really excited to launch this partnership with Sleeper because I've been a big fan of this app. I personally won a big parlay a few weeks back where I put $20 down to win over $500, and I've been sprinkling that winnings on these bets throughout these past few weeks. Well, I was one leg shy of winning yesterday, and I'm really upset about it. But hey, you win some and you lose some. Bet responsibly.
Hey,
Sam Howell screwed me yesterday.
Shout out to Zach Wilson though, Richie.
What'd you got for him?
I did win. I would send it to you, but it's probably too late now. But Zach Wilson helped me win a parlay. I had Zach Wilson. You want me to send it real quick?
Yeah. We want to see a winning to show the people the money that can be made on Sleeper. Get on Sleeper, folks.
I did this one yesterday. I'm sending it to you now.
All right. You're betting on Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I put a little. No. Let me tell you the beautiful thing about Sleeper, though. You can bet in game during the game. It doesn't cut off because the game started. You can actually still make picks while the game is going. They just keep adjusting it. So, did you get it?
I did. Oh, that's a good hit, baby.
Yeah, this is the one I hit last night. Yesterday.
Okay. Look at TD winning. Look at TD winning, folks.
I can send you a lot of. I can send you a lot of wins, man. I've been hitting. On
TD.
Show off the wins. Show the people because. Listen, you can also show the wins. It could translate to their picks for the next few weeks. Listen, we're all trying to win money here together, and a great way to win money is, TD is up a lot. I'm up a lot. I don't know, Dan. I don't know. I know Tyson was 1 parlay away from winning huge yesterday in a huge parlay. But, man, this is impressive.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. That's why I say y'all listen to me, not Dan. Dan said take the over in the Dolphins, Buffalo. The under, actually.
It's really easy to use, too. All you got to do is download the app, and then you basically pick player props, over-unders, different stats. And the cool thing about the app as well that I personally like is you can see, you had A.J. Brown over 126.5 receiving yards. You can click on A.J. Brown's stats the past 5 games and see, did he get over or under that mark? So they really bring an analytical perspective on Sleeper that I personally like a lot. So guys, if you did download the app and make a deposit with our code, let us know in the chat. We'll give you a big shout out. We genuinely appreciate all the support that you guys are showing to the channel. And again, a great way to support the channel is by supporting the brand deals on the show, which is Sleeper Fantasy, baby. The proud fantasy partner of the AFC's Roundtable. Let's freaking get it.
Sleepy.
All right, let's get into the rest, some super chats, and then we'll get into the next game, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Master at Jerk is a bum. And to Bills Mafia, told y'all you're only built to beat Miami. Trash.
Isn't that the entire point? Beat the team beat the team that's the biggest threat to you in the division. That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life.
Sean says, as T Swift once said, haters gonna hate. Yeah, baby, they're gonna hate no matter what you're doing. Even when you're winning, they'll hate.
That's why they hate the Dolphins. And y'all hit the like button, man. We almost at 1,000. We got 1,300 people watching. Punch that like button.
Let's go.
There's no tomorrow.
Blitz crew, Jets did that yesterday without their top 3 outside CBs. Zach still needs to make steps in the red zone, but Jets playoff team, yup, that can happen. It still blows my mind, bro, that we had practice squad players come off the, bench, not on the active roster all season long and played and went up against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and did what they did. And like TD's point, that shows you that it's a system more than anything. And this coaching staff has these players ready to go. If you just buy into what they're believing, anything is possible with this team, man. And next man up, Barney, TD, I'm wasting $2 to educate you. Jets play zone. Now, that is true.
Listen, they play match zone, okay? Do you know what that is? They play match zone and man match. That's whenever you run in their area, they go lock on to you. That's their man. As soon as you come in my area, you're my man. We play the type of zone, we're just in an area. That's why people catch the ball between defenders all the time. That's true zone. Y'all play match zone. As soon as somebody come in the area, your linebackers and DBs attack that person. So that's more of a man concept, okay? I understand pre-snap you start out in zone, but it's more of a man concept in match zone. Just FYI. So educate you. Go look up the difference.
Damn, spicy.
There we go. Mateo, $2. Glad Dable signed with the Giants.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that Dable won Coach of the Year last year. I don't know how he did that. Last year was a great season for them, but still.
It happens. And so Sean McDermott ended up leading his team to the playoffs his first year, had a stinker the following, and then just caught back up. He'll bounce back.
Bernie with the $5. The Jets are 3-3 after playing 4 of 6 teams versus teams with 12 or more wins last year. Our defense is legit, but at some point, Zach Wilson is going to have to produce. Yeah, man, if he starts producing, watch out. And I hate to play the what-if game, but, damn, bro. That Chiefs game and even that Patriots game, hurts me. Because we can be even better at 3-3.
That Jets game hurts me too, Richie. It hurts me too.
You should be 0-6.
You should be 0-6. I know.
Refs
Don't
consistent
worry,
with the
Richie.
Jets, not in their favor. Oh, don't even start with the refs, bro. It's like there's something personally against the Jets that they'll never get calls in our favor. But hey, man, I hate talking about the refs personally, so we're not going to harp on it. Simba with the $2 from Australia, I believe. But Tua is 5-0 over a Super Bowl winning coach.
That's right. You got my graphic, Richie?
Who was carried by Brady.
Listen,
All right, well,
listen.
So TD sent me a graphic, folks, that I'm going to share on the screen that is really relevant to that super chat.
Yeah, because Tyson want to bring receipts earlier talking about some Tua hasn't won against a winning team in
Not this
300
season, he
and,
hasn't.
300 and whatever days. Well, you know what? The only thing that matters, bro, is that Tua is undefeated against the best coach of all time. A lot of people want to say.
Now he's the best
That's the
coach.
only
Now
thing.
he's the best coach of all time.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
what you were
right.
saying
That's right.
last week.
That's right. That's right. I'm making the narrative fit what I'm saying for now. How about that?
Yeah, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Where's
make
the
arguments for your
where's the
narrative.
graphic? Where's the
5-0.
graphic
Against Josh
for-
Allen.
5-0 against Belichick.
Yeah. Where's the graphic against the Buffalo Bills?
What are you talking about, Dan? Why
I said,
you
where's
get-
Tua's grab against the Bills,
Hey,
man?
Dan, why you in our
Where is
conversation, Dan? Why you in
Yeah,
our
where's it
conversation?
at, bro? I'm wondering where's it? Dude, I was
Where's the
wondering where it's
graphic
at.
of Josh Allen's stats versus the Jets defense?
Yeah, how about that
for
one?
the past 2 games?
And where the graphic
nah,
of
past
Josh
4
Allen
games.
being a
3?
bum?
4
No.
games.
Is what it is. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's great. Well, TD's got to get a graphic back, even though it's like
right,
the
baby.
worst quality possible. But it's all
I
good.
tried, Richie. I don't know how to say
Yeah, I was like, is it my is my eyes getting bad or is TD
It's like
just
300 by 300 resolution.
I don't know how to save a good graphic, Richie, man. I'm trying, bro.
He sends
you're
me and it's
supposed to-
like this big.
You're supposed to have my back, Richie. You're supposed to found another one for me. Man.
TD, I still admire you that you're so like, and I say this with a lot of respect, no disrespect, but you're so far fetched from technology and you're so successful at what you do, man. Like it's so inspiring to me.
But we about to upgrade though, Richie. I'm about to be verse. We
Okay,
about to get it.
you about to make thumbnails by yourself?
See, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
he'll hire
come
somebody to do it.
Oh, it's
So this
great,
summer we're
man.
gonna, this offseason we're gonna teach TD how to make thumbnails.
Yeah, that's the next goal. But before we get deeper into the rest of the super chats, let's get into the Bills game, Dan. I want to get your thoughts of last night.
Yeah.
Definitely a nail biter to say the least. And
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I was obviously rooting for the Giants, even though I hate the Giants, because we had a chance as a Jets fan base to actually surpass you and be second place today. But man, I mean, just thinking of it from a Jets fan perspective, just watching that game, I can't imagine what's going through Bills fans' minds and the Giants' fans' minds when there's 0 seconds on the clock at the 1 yard line and a touchdown will win the game for the Giants. Like, what was going through your mind in there? And what was your overall thoughts of that game?
Man, so that entire game, like, I feel like an argument normally is just like the team that wanted it more was going to end up with the dub. I feel like it was the complete opposite. Which team wanted to lose more? That's exactly like how I just looked at that entire game by itself. I mean, first off, shout out to the defense. And so our defense is still doing very well. And that's even considering with the major injuries that we have. I think Kyrie Elam is still a massive problem, but luckily Dane Jackson will be back in his spot between him and Benford. I still think our pass rush is absolutely elite. So the defense isn't necessarily the issue. It's the offense, which has sort of been like making me scratch my head quite a bit. Say, for example, that you look at the overall pass attempts from Josh Allen, which were sitting at around 30, and then the overall rush attempts between James Cook and Latavius Murray and company by itself. They were dead even on the stat sheet. But the issue is that the stat sheet doesn't tell you that the Buffalo Bills basically abandoned the run. Started running the ball off at the beginning of the game relatively well. And then from the second and the third quarter, it was just strictly pass. And it was basically Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs only, right? And then we started picking up the run game as well. We need a hell of a lot more of a well-balanced attack going into it. There is no excuse why we couldn't easily score against this Giants defense. And I think a lot of it just has to boil down to the fact is that, yes, I understand that you want to make Stephon Diggs happy, right? With everything that went on this offseason, I feel like last year was a justification because truly that was all that we had, right? Like that was all that we had. We had an injured Gabe Davis. We had Isaiah McKenzie. Really not a lot of like for sure weapons that Josh Allen could have spread the ball around. But the past couple of weeks, man, I just feel like Josh Allen thinks that he's back to last year in 2022, where all he had was Josh Allen. I mean, you pick up a guy like Deontay Hardy, you draft Dalton Kincaid in the very first round. You still have Dawson Knox out there who only had, 3 receptions? We need to spread the ball around a bit more. I love the fact that Stephon Diggs has had over 100 receiving yards for the past couple of weeks, but that definitely needs to be a bit of a change. I'm not sure if that's Josh Allen's preference, or I'm not sure if that's really boiling down into the overall play calling. Who knows? A lot of Bills fans are calling for Ken Dorsey to be fired. And personally, I think that's absolutely absurd because as of right now, the Buffalo Bills are still third in EPA right now for passing and rushing efficiency throughout the league. It's something I feel like Bills Mafia always forgets. For the past several years, y'all, we go through this. The Bills go through their early season slump where we just watch a game and we're like, where the hell did this offense go? We always pick it back up, and it's normally when football matters the most, and that's in November and December. We've seen the ceiling of what this Bills offense can achieve, right? We have seen it. And our defense has already proven that we are going to give our offense all the opportunities in the world to keep us in these close games. It's just how it works out. From what I want to see from this team is number one, understand, yes, we have an elite wide receiver one in Stephon Diggs. But listen, you have help now. You have a first-round tight end. You have a healthy Gabe Davis. You have Deontay Hardy. You have Dawson Knox. Like, utilize those guys. Stop abandoning the run. We actually have a run game this year. I think we have a bunch of shiny new toys, but we're afraid to test them out because we're comfortable with what typically works for us, and that's the Josh Allen and the Stephon Diggs connection. As far as the win, I mean, listen, dude, we're 4-2. We are 4-2.
It sounds like you lost the game with that analysis.
Because he know what's happening.
It doesn't even matter, bro. Like, just like there's no moral victories, there's no like regrettable wins. Like, they don't exist. A win is a win. There's no almost won. There's no almost loss. As it stands today, the Buffalo Bills are 4-2. I've seen what this team can do at its ceiling, and I've also seen this team make adjustments when it matters most. Yes, we struggle in a small pocket of the season since the Sean McDermott era, since he started. It's nothing new for me. I'm not worried. I am not worried whatsoever. This defense is still absolutely dominating, and I've seen what the Buffalo Bills offense can do, and we just have to get right against New England and take the AFC East back this coming
Come
Monday.
on, Tyson. We need you to get this upset, Tyson. Come on, baby. Let's go past this weekend. Come
Don't you
on,
put that
Patriots.
Don't you put that evil on me, and it's not happening. I will gladly spread. We are going to spread those cheeks nice and wide for Bills Mafia. But if I'm a Bills fan, I'm not too worried about this. What happened last night. At the end of the day, I remember when the Patriots used to dominate the division like Buffalo is doing right now. We used to have those stinker games.
Oh my
We would squeak them out, but at the end of the day, good teams find a way to win games regardless of the opponent. And I understand, like, Bills have a lot of injuries on that defense. So, and Josh Allen, like I said, they just need a couple of weeks to get it rolling. You know, I'm just grateful that we play Buffalo this week so we can officially hand the torch over to the best team in the division officially again. You know, Buffalo's going to be all right, man. I'm not worried about Josh Allen. Yeah. He didn't play his best yesterday, but, you know, that's just Josh Allen. You know, it's a roller coaster sometimes with Josh Allen. But, you know, when the big game comes, he's going to show up. And I expect him to show out the rest of the season. And honestly, I would be kind of worried if the Bills were dominating early in the season, because that just means they would just have, you know, blown their load. You rather peak late in the season than pump your chest and blow your load early in the season, like the Miami Dolphins usually do. But at the end of the day, the only game that really mattered this season, in my opinion, right now, is that the Buffalo Bills dominated a team who they needed to dominate when they needed to show up against the team they needed to show up against a fraudulent team that thought they were hot shit. They showed you what they can do. That's the best Buffalo Bills team that you're going to see. Now, you're not going to see that every week. You can't perform like that each and every week. It's not plausible. The Patriots never did it. But we already know when it comes to late in the season, when it's time to clinch the division, the Buffalo Bills are going to show you who owns this division. And that's all you can ask for as a Bills fan. So, like I said, the only thing about Buffalo is they have to do it when the playoffs start. And that's always been my thing with them. I don't have no problem with, they're always going to win a division at this point. But my issue with them is, can they do it in a huge playoff game? So Buffalo, you guys are going to be all right, man. Like I said, I'm just grateful to be in the presence of the Bills Mafia. And and like I said, don't worry about us next week. People are going to try to put doubt in your mind. Maybe the Patriots, no, y'all got an easy dub. If it was up to me, I would give you the force win. I would give you the force win. We wouldn't even show up if it was really up to me. We would just give you a dub and give you a bye week. That's how grateful I am to be in the presence of Bills Mafia. So, that's all I got to say, man.
Yeah. And so the Buffalo Bills really just go on ahead.
What are we going to do about this?
And so the Buffalo Bills really just show up against like teams that are like close to their caliber. And like we just underestimate teams that are bad, like the New York Giants. That explains it. But hey, you know what? Our schedule gets a bit more difficult here in a bit, and that's when I know the best Buffalo Bills football is coming, baby. Don't worry about it. We are.
TD, your thoughts about that game last night with the Giants and the Bills?
First of all, Matt said, "Where you get more and more disgusting every week with your I don't know what to call it. Your drooling over the Buffalo Bills is pathetic, bro. And I'm gonna keep telling you. Usually, you know what? You're the prime example of somebody that someone would say, who hurt you? But the Dolphins hurt you. They hurt you
How
earlier.
did you hurt us?
They hurt you earlier this season when you swore up and down that the one game we wouldn't win is against y'all. And we hurt you because you were wrong. You literally said even next time you'll go down there and make sure that y'all win. Even though y'all tanking and you want to lose, you hate us so much. But, bro, you can go ahead and hop on the Buffalo Bills bandwagon. You know why? Because both of you are going to go ahead and burn. You're going to go down. You hop on a bandwagon all you want. The end result is they're going to burn. You know why? Because their quarterback keep burning. That bum threw for 169 yards and had an interception.
63% on a tip ball, fool. We're good.
Okay, that tip ball because you threw it. Because you threw it
it's a tip ball, dog. What you want him to do?
What, not throw it in quadruple coverage?
Oh, relax, bro.
What do you think happens when you throw it in quadruple coverage? It gets tipped.
Yo, man, listen.
Oh my God, y'all some Josh Allen apologists. That bum been showing up small. He's had 169 yards, and 100 of them was to Stephon Diggs.
So what explains your lack of success against him for the past his whole career? What explains your lack of success against him? If the Dolphins are such the epitome of the AFC East, why don't you have an answer for him?
Listen, y'all success versus the Dolphins has nothing to do with Josh Allen. It's clearly been the defense.
Dude, he's still leading the league in completion percentage. He's still leading the league in completion percentage. He's looking great.
Oh my God.
Don't matter. It's a team sport.
You're gonna burn.
It's a team sport, bro.
You're gonna burn with him. And you're gonna burn with him. And I'm not gonna put the fire out. I'm gonna sit there and watch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh at it, okay? Every time we come on this roundtable, you're gonna see. And yeah, y'all, we'll wait till Wednesday to talk about that Patriots game. Oh, I can't stand the Patriots now. But listen, at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills, they struggle against the Giants because they are who they are. You know, they're the most inconsistent up and down team there is. They got all that talent. Sometimes they can look like the best team, and sometimes they can look like the worst teams. And that's why they don't win a Super Bowl, because they can't go 3 or 4 games without looking like a bad team. Buffalo Bills fans, that's all you need to know. Yes, you can look like the best team in the NFL, but you can't do it for 3 games straight. And in the playoffs, you got to do it 3 or 4 times straight. You can't. You can't. So at the end of the day, that's why you get sent home every year, because you're a great team that can't be great 3 games in a row.
This is just, that's all I got, bro. I got so this is just manifestations every year. It's what you want to see happen, but it never happens your way, does it? It never happens your way. It happens. It's manifestations.
It happens my way every time because y'all get sent home and you don't win a Super Bowl. That's all I care about.
I mean, TD, of course, it's going to happen for you when you move the goalpost 9 times.
Ain't nobody moving.
First off, it's man, y'all gonna win the division. Oh man, y'all gonna get first round.
First of all, you're not winning the division. You're not even in a position of control. So what are you talking about right now?
Hey, bro, listen. Fast forward to Monday, my friend.
Tua's healthy.
Chat.
Tua's healthy.
Chat.
Tua's healthy. Tua's healthy. Tua's healthy.
Clip this right now for me.
We don't lose.
Chat.
Tua's healthy.
Clip this for me right now when I say this. TD, I am from the future. On Monday, the Buffalo Bills are on top of the AFC East. Clip this, and Richie, we're going to play it on Monday.
No, you're not.
Well, what needs to happen for that is a Bills win over the Patriots and an Eagles L over the Dolphins. And
the Eagles L over the Dolphins? Yeah, that's happening.
The Dolphins L over the Eagles, whatever awards are. But, hey, my quick thoughts about that game last night is, first of all, listen, a win is a win, but you obviously have to talk about the ugliness that was presented at home against a team that literally you can argue has been one of the worst teams in the NFL, the New York Giants. I mean, the only win that they had was a miracle comeback over the Arizona Cardinals in the second half. They're down to their backup quarterback. Their offensive line is an absolute mess. And the fact that the Buffalo Bills had a chance to lose that game, at the 1 yard line, I don't know, man. They're not moving it for me. And listen, this is no disrespect to anybody, but this is just genuinely how I feel. I predicted before the season that the Buffalo Bills are not going to win the division, and I'm going to stay on that. I really don't see a team that can be consistent. That's what I'm seeing. And listen, I could be wrong, and I would admit it. If the Buffalo Bills go on a winning streak and the Miami Dolphins fall apart, or if the Jets come out there and win the division, who knows? But right
So we
now,
won 8
based on
games
what
in
I'm
a row
seeing,
last year.
8. What'd you say? 6.
I said we won 8 games in a row last year.
Against trash teams.
Hey, anything is possible, but like what I'm seeing from this team and the inconsistencies, and it's a week by week league, right? The Buffalo Bills can just turn the page and just get back to their dominance, and their Josh Allen can continue to be the top 5 quarterback that he is. I get all that, but you have to be worried if you're a Bills fan watching their performance against one of the worst teams in the NFL last night and not being able to score on that defense, not being able to shut down. I mean, they did well defensively against the New York Giants. That was not the issue at all. It was more their offense against the Wink Martindale-led defense. So, overall, a win is a win. Bills fans, it's ugly, but that's how you got to hang your hat on. 4-2 after that game. But, Josh Allen has to really become that MVP level quarterback that that he is in order to really take your team over the top, which I know he's capable of. He is leading league completion percentage, but you like to see more from Josh Allen. At the end of the day, man, they got to, they're coming off a tough L in London, and then this win against the Jaguars. You got an easy game against the Patriots this Sunday. They get you guys to 5-2. And listen, you're not going to worry about this game in a couple weeks because a win is a win, and that's really my.
It's gonna be a dub. It's gonna be a dub. That's the only thing I'm gonna remember next week.
It's gonna be a dub. All right. Well, let's get into the last game, and then we'll get into all the super chats. Let's get into the Dolphins Panthers game. So TD, the floor is yours to start off. What'd you see from that Dolphins Panthers game?
I saw a Super Bowl champion in the making in the Miami Dolphins.
Good God.
I'm sorry. I need to go take it. I need to go take a tour.
I don't see nothing funny. I saw a Super Bowl team in the making in the Miami Dolphins. You know why? We came out there, we overlooked our opponent, the worst team in the NFL. We let them go up 14-0 on us. And you know what we did? We woke up. From that point on, the Miami Dolphins went on a route 42-7. 42-7. And the only reason they got that 7 is because we put Tua on the bench to chill, and the backup, Mike White, from the little Jets raggedy leftovers, came in and threw a pick 6 on the first play. That's the only reason they got that extra 7. When we woke up, it was pure domination. 42-7. Might as well say 42-0 because that was hand given. Mike White trying to sabotage us for the Jets.
Yeah.
And
let's go, Mike White. We appreciate your work.
That's what Super Bowl winning teams do. Even if you have a rough game. You know how the Buffalo Bills lost to the Jets? That's not what a Super Bowl team does. They don't lose to the Jets like that. You see how the Eagles lost to the Jets? That ain't what Super Bowl teams do.
Hey, okay, enough of your disrespect to the Jets,
49ers?
Shut your
Yo,
mouth.
Richie, I can't wait for you to destroy.
Hey, what is this?
them.
What is this nonsense you're saying?
You're only supposed to lose games to other solid teams. You don't lose to the bums, okay?
You calling the Jets bums?
Yeah, listen, if you're not above 500, you're a bum in my book.
Hey, that's so disrespectful, TD. That's so disrespectful, man.
Listen, man, I ain't so disrespecting you, Richie. I'm disrespecting your raggedy team, okay?
You disrespect my Jets, you disrespect me.
Just like the Buffalo Bills, one game above 500. Now that's trash. That's what you call. You know what? We gotta. We literally have to lose 4 games straight to even be 500. Do y'all even know how that feel?
Who have you beat?
Know what that's about?
Who have you beat to be 4-1? Whatever the record you are. Who have you beat?
Richie, one thing.
Name one opponent that you're happy about beating.
Richie, to shut all of that up, the one thing I can guarantee is that we're gonna beat y'all twice. That's the one thing I can guarantee.
Let's put money on that. Twice? You're gonna sweep the Jets.
Listen, Richie, you name your price, you name your bet. It's a wrap. It's
You
a wrap.
know you're lying to your teeth if you think you're going to sweep the Jets with ease.
Richie, stop it, Richie. You still backing up Zach Wilson? Man, enough has been said. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen,
You're nonsense right now.
What I saw in that game is what a Super Bowl team does.
I'm clipping this.
If you have a bad moment, you come up and you wake up like the Super Bowl team you are, and you go dominate 42-0. I ain't got much to say, bro. I ain't got to say much about the Super Bowl favorites. I mean, come on, man. I'll let y'all have it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most, unimpressive win I've ever seen. And you haven't beat anybody. Congrats on your 5-1, whatever your record is. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you can only verse who's on your schedule, but you can't go out there and take shots at my Jets like that and not expect me to rebuttal.
Frauds.
Okay? Frauds. You know what? Defense wins championships, baby. And when the Miami Dolphins had to go up against an actual good defense, what happened, Dan?
Tell me when you play a Tua. Let me know when the Jets play Tua.
We play 3 quarterbacks better than Tua.
No, they not. No, they not. No, they not.
All
no,
three
they're
of them are
not.
better. They all have playoff wins and playoff success.
Jalen Hurts
has been to a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes has Super Bowl rings. Josh Allen has playoff victories. Tyson, I mean,
and Tua doesn't even have a playoff start. Let me just break it down to y'all. Let me break down to y'all pathetic ass Dolphins fans, man. Because your king up here is about to come down to earth next week against the Philadelphia Eagles, a quarterback that's been to a Super Bowl, won playoff games, and stayed healthy. That's Jalen Hurts. But anyway. So you are pumping your chest against the Carolina Panthers. I see the worst team in the National Football League, who you were down 14-0 against. No Super Bowl team would go down 14 points off the rip to the worst team in possibly in the NFL.
They lose the game.
But at the end of the day, very unimpressive win to a stat padding at the end of the game, like usual. Mike McDaniels is a clown, like usual. It's the same stuff. Listen, bro, y'all can pump your chest against these bad teams and pump your chest and act like y'all are hot shit when we already know that right now, after what the Jets showed me last night, you guys are the third best team in the division. The Jets are going to be the second, or going to finish second, and the Bills are going to take the division like usual. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins miss the playoffs, because we already know that December slumber, the doom of December is coming towards Miami this winter, because winter is coming. And Tua is going to pull another Jon Snow, but instead Jon Snow, this time Tua ain't going to wake up from it. So at the end of the day, man, the Dolphins are frauds. We already knew what they were. Dolphins fans are going to chirpy all the way until next week. So go ahead and typey, because I'm going to eviscerate you next week when you lose to the Eagles, and I will be watching TD's reaction. And another video will be uploaded to this beautiful AFC East Roundtable channel, clowning and laughing at all the Dolphins fans. And the hilarious part is, the one thing that struck me more, had nothing to do with the game, is that Dolphins fans were literally complaining about the refs in a game that they weren't even a part of. They were more upset at the New York Giants than Giants fans were. That just shows you that how worried the Dolphins are about their daddy and what daddy is doing on the Sunday night. Rather than sitting home and enjoying their little Mickey Mouse win against Carolina, they're sitting at home tight, clenching their palms together while taking a tour, while hoping that the New York Giants do their dirty work. And I'm happy that it didn't end that way, because at the end of the day, the Miami Dolphins are frauds and they don't deserve to get anything until they win a playoff game. And it's 23 years and counting, and Tua still hasn't beaten a single good team this season. So, and the trend is going to continue against the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Dan, go ahead and take it away, bro.
All right. So an honest take here. All right. So as far as the Miami Dolphins, to me, all right, I think their next 10 games are going to be very telling, because the cupcake portion of their schedule is over. The cupcake portion,
except us, we played them. Yeah, except for us.
Yeah. But y'all are literally they have the Raiders and the Commanders, but definitely don't sleep on the Commanders to pull off a random upset. They always find a way to upset, some good team somehow. I'm not saying it's going to be the Dolphins. However,
it will be.
I do think when it comes down to it, I think that this is really going to really put into light how bad this Dolphins defense really is. I mean, you have the Philadelphia Eagles, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, you have the Jets twice, as well, who are definitely going to be low-scoring games with that defense. You have the Dallas Cowboys, you have the Ravens, you have the Bills again at the end of the season. So I think this is going to be the true test. I mean, just from the eye test, and I did make this take a bit earlier today on my own YouTube channel. It's hard for me to really be able to gauge any team outside of the Buffalo Bills, because the Buffalo Bills, bro, I watch every single snap, right? Like, I watch every single snap. So I can give you my honest, educated analysis of my team and how I think that they are. Every other team, I only see the highlights and I only see the lowlights, depending on what I'm looking for. So it's hard for me to see like exactly what I'm going to expect from this. I think this Eagles game coming up is certainly going to be telling. I just don't know what the Dolphins are. I really don't, because the only team that they've played that is a good football team was the Buffalo Bills, and they lost. So yeah, they're 5-1. It's great, but at the end of the day, I think that their true test is coming up. Let's see if they step up, you know, and sort of call to the bell. And so like whether or not like that we will, but we are going to figure out exactly who the Miami Dolphins are on Sunday against the Eagles. So that's my take. I mean, it's an impressive win against the Carolina Panthers. They beat a team that they should have beaten quite convincingly, something the Bills didn't do last week. So I have to give them credit for that. That's what good teams do. And that's how you prove that you're a good team, by beating the shit out of the lesser of the NFL. But also what good NFL teams do is that they beat good teams that are considered to be contenders. So Dolphins fans, if you want to know if your team is a good team, watch that Philadelphia Eagles game very, very closely.
We will.
Hey, man, we're going to get deeper into the Eagles and Dolphins matchup on Wednesday night, because that's the preview show. This is my quick take on that Dolphins game. I'm not going to be too long. You beat the worst team in the league. Congrats, Dolphins. You did what you're supposed to do.
Everybody give him a round of applause. I just so impressive. Oh my God, you win. Jesus Christ, you won a Super Bowl trophy or a playoff win for that valiant effort that you put forth.
We'll take it next week. Hey, man, listen, the big test for the Dolphins is next week, because let me tell you this. If you can't beat the Eagles and the Jets can, I can't wait to see the reaction on Monday while the Jets sit back with their feet up on the bye week. Hey, let's get it.
And so people in the chat are just like, well, what good teams have the Buffalo Bills beaten? Listen, historically,
you haven't beat the Jets.
Historically, the Buffalo Bills have proven years and years and years, year after year after year, that we do compete with the top echelon of the league. Dolphins haven't proven that they could compete with the top echelon of the league.
And that's what you need to do in order to win a Super Bowl, by the way.
It means
all that
Super
Bowl talk, TD. You know what it means to, like, you need to get to the playoffs and beat
Y'all
all the best
unproven
teams.
in that. So
even the
wrong.
Jets, even Richie's Jets
Oh
have
my
proven.
God.
Even last season they could be good teams, bro. Like,
Just
what are you Dolphins doing, bro? Why can't y'all beat good teams, CD? Why can't y'all beat a good team?
We will Sunday. You'll see.
All right, well, let's get into the next segment real quick, guys, and then we're going to get into all the super chats. So, the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable, you guys know them well by now. It is BetUS, and we would greatly appreciate it, guys, if you could put your money down on tonight's game or money on any future bets or anything along those lines. You guys get a 125% sign-up bonus courtesy of the AFC's Roundtable when you sign up. Click on that link that is pinned in the chat. This is the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC's Roundtable. If you guys are not aware, BetUS is legal in all 50 states, and they not only have sportsbook options, but you can also play some casino games. You could play blackjack on there. You could play a lot of different things. Me personally, I've been having some fun on there in the casino games. I'll be honest with you folks. But if you guys want to check out BetUS, you guys get, again, a 125% sign-up bonus when you click that link in the description. But that link is also pinned for your convenience in the live chat right now. So you look at all the spreads. We're going to go deeper into the spreads for next week on BetUS Wednesday night show. But would really, really appreciate it, guys, if you can simply click that link in the chat, open up an account. It's a really classic sports book. It's really reliable as well. You guys can get on the phone with somebody to make your deposit. And you can even call them and be like, hey, I want Bills money line on Sunday, and they'll put your money down for you. They're really like a classic sports book, and we've been proud partners with them, and I have a lot of fun using their website personally. Again, I like that that they're old school in a way where they got people on the phone 24/7. You can call, make your bets. If you want to, deposit your check into your bank account, you can give them a call, expedite it. They are really reliable, really awesome sportsbook, and they've been a proud sponsor of the AFC's Roundtable last season and this season. So again, this channel is the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC's Roundtable, which is BetUS. Dan, anything you want to say about BetUS? I know that you've been a proud user of the sportsbook for a while.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, regularly what I like to do is I like to put a wild money line parlay of every single game. I haven't hit one yet, but $1, like $5. One of these days I could turn $5 to 40 grand if I ever turn out to be right for every game. It's very irresponsible for me to bet like that. But as far as like other parlays, like solid over unders, super user friendly, ready to go. Definitely check.
I think we lost Dan a little bit. There we go. You're back, Dan. We lost you
I'm
a
back.
little bit. But again, BetUS, the proud sportsbook sponsor of the AFC's Roundtable. And I'll echo what we said earlier, guys. A great way to help out the channel, guys, is simply supporting the brand deals on the channel. And all you guys got to do, click that link, open up an account. And if you guys want to put some money on spreads and anything across the NFL, or you could bet on horse racing. You can bet on like crazy things on BetUS. So make sure you guys go check out their website. We greatly appreciate that.
And bet responsibly. Don't take TD's advice.
Yeah. Definitely bet responsibly.
You don't want to win no
Listen,
money.
man. Like nothing upsets me more. Like when people, oh Dan, and so I lost money because of you, or like, oh Dan, I won money because, bro. Do your own research, homie. Do your own research. Fade us, tell us, but do your own research. For the
Yeah,
love of
man,
God.
we're sharing our bets. You get an idea of what we're doing. You don't have to trail us. But you can.
Yeah. Fade us, tell us, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Just do your own
and again,
research.
Shout out to BetUS and Sleeper for being the official sportsbook and fantasy partners of the AFC's Roundtable. We're going to get through all the super chats, and then we're going to wrap things up. TD, I know that you want to go live for Monday night. If you need to get out early, you're more than welcome to. We're going to get through all these generous super chats.
Let me just say this, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, though. Because I'll be out in about 2 minutes. Monday Night Football, I'll be streaming the game, play by play. We're at the top. Don't listen to these guys. We're at the top, and they know it, and they feeling the heat. That's why you hear all these desperate conversations trying to hate on us. Hands up, y'all.
Same argument he used before the Bills game. Exact same line.
It's different this time.
Let's get through these super chats. Blitz Crew says refs consistent with the Jets, not in their favor. Always, man. Wait, we got through these. Y'all need to stop. Wilson is poverty. D is elite. Well, hey, if Zach is poverty and we're still winning with that poverty, you know that this Jets team is doing something right. He ain't poverty, baby. He beat y'all last year. He's going to beat you again. Put some respect on my quarterback's name, baby. Caleb Williams is a Patriot, says it's all fun and games until Caleb is a Patriot. Tyson like that one.
Sticking to it.
Master, we're capping. The 2 and not beat the 2-0 Bills last year, 386 days ago. Stop lying to these people, Master, at work.
Well, how long was that? That was over a year ago. That graphic didn't lie. That was over a year ago.
And in honor of the last super chat of Caleb Williams, we have new Patriots merch in the chat. We got Tank for Caleb Williams merch for the Patriots fans.
Tank for Caleb Williams.
If you want to get it.
Yeah, buddy.
Tank for Caleb Williams, and also Fire Belichick. Merch is live in the
God, I never thought I'd ever. I feel kind of dirty doing it too.
Fire Belichick shirts. Oh God, man.
Oh, Patriots fans, get them while they're hot.
Oh, man. Fire Belichick merch. I never thought I would ever see that in my wildest dreams as a Jets fan. Patriots fans wanted to fire Bill Belichick. That's crazy. But go get your merch, Patriots fans. It's out there. Miami Fraud Fins. When you can't beat a playoff-bound teams, just beat the crap out of bum teams and brag about the offensive stats. Damn, he's calling out Miami fans. 5-1, happy but not satisfied. Must win Sunday. Yeah, man. I'm excited to get deeper into that game Wednesday on our show to preview it. That's going to be a really fun Sunday Night Football game. It's going to be in Philly as well. Glenn with the $5. Why is the Jets defense ranking 22-19 against the pass, 29 against the run, but allow 8 total touchdowns and 13 turnovers? Bend and break defense. Honestly, rankings doesn't matter. They pass the eye test. You look at the quarterback stats against them. That's what it really comes down to. And they also turn it up a notch. I think the stats are skewed, Glenn, because the Jets defense so far this season, they've not been great in the first half, but they've been literally elite, top tier. You can even say 85 Bears level because they put that on their own face in the second half. And I think that's why the stats are a little convoluted, because the first half, they're like a good defense, but the second half, they're an excellent top-tier defense. Dan's Fins Media at work. Oh, God, it's this guy again. I'm 75% happy because 3 out of 4 of my teams won this Sunday. Oh, my God, this is like a fan of all of us.
Wow.
That scares me every time. Dawso Hunted with the $2. Thank you, bro. Like button's back. No clinic needed when you smash something you like. Oh, man. Well, like button doesn't need to get tested. Ray with the $5. Fins are great, but will never get respect. Jets are no joke. Bills should worry, and if Patriots
Here we go again. Here we go again. Dolphins fans claiming they get no respect, knowing damn well why they don't get any respect. You know exactly why, Ray Finkel. And I love that name, by the way. That's from the what's his name? Jim Carrey. Remember that movie with Ray Finkel and the Dolphins, Dan? Do you remember watching that movie? Pet Detective.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The field goal kicker with Dan Marino.
I remember.
Boba Jet. Great Jets fan. Love that name. Ben Griffey Jr. Jets and Fins are going to split. Bills may lose again to the Jets. Dan, master at work. I can't see a better way to end the season than beating the Pats.
Me neither. And here's hilarious. The fact that you haven't beat us. Did you know you can end Belichick's career at the last game of the season? Not only end the streak, but literally the man who's been a thorn in your side can really.
We're gonna put a dagger in that man's heart. Oh, that's gonna feel good.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
It would be awesome. Dad Dean, AFC is getting exciting. Thanks, fellas, for the show. Thank you for tuning in, Dad Dean. We appreciate that. Simba, master at work, talking about Dolphins. Can y'all just win a game?
We have won a game. What are you talking about, fool?
Fool! Hell yeah, bro.
Dan is really rubbing off on Tyson.
It's my favorite insult, bro. It's my favorite insult.
It's hilarious. The NY Bully's back with another super chat. TD got that. I need to check my ribs on the grill shirt on. Jets have. Oh, did we already get to this? The NY Bully. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm 20 minutes behind. A lot of respect to you, master at work. That was a real ass Jets take, and you want the Pats to lose. You becoming him. Jets fans are really starting to come around on you, master at work.
He's been him, man.
Listen, I just speak facts, bro. I speak facts.
Caleb Williams is a Patriot. Says TD mad that Caleb is going to be a Patriot.
I'm gonna let y'all know, bro. If Caleb Williams actually is drafted by the Patriots, we get number 1 pick, bro. I'm gonna be insufferable for the next 10 years.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be interesting. That's for sure. Franklin and Son with the $5. Josh Allen looked dejected during post-game. Doesn't speak confidence for Bills. Tua has swag and confidence. Which is the difference?
Tua has the least swag, probably by any quarterback in the NFL. Swag and Tua don't go together, man.
Would have super chatted more, but master at work is in here.
All right, listen, bro. You still super chatted.
You still super chatted.
You know.
Don't you have to be winning to talk trash?
No. Not when you've already won. Not when you've already won.
Jose with the $5. Let these peasants be mad, TD. We'll just sit on our throne and watch them fight for second place.
Throne of lies.
Bro.
Throne? What throne?
Bro. And so I really wish that
it's you had the Bills throne that you're trying to take, by the way.
And so I really wish that you had a profile picture so I could just imagine your eyes all tearing up on Monday when we take over the division again. Because it's gonna happen, like it always does. Anyway.
That's gonna be interesting.
Onward.
Mike says the Bills struggle and barely beat the Giants, but they're legit. We blow out the Panthers and we're the frauds.
Because you lost to the Bills. That's why you're frauds. You haven't beaten the winning team. That's why you're frauds. I don't need to explain myself any further. Mike, thanks for the super chat, though.
It's not a difficult concept to adjust.
Fins up. We show up, win or lose.
No,
that's a lie. Because I guarantee you, when we lose next week, that 60% of poll is going to go down to 40. I promise you that.
TD, why Mickey had Anna is taking the Fins, talking, I guess, like Pats is 6-0. Mickey had
Because
Anna.
we
I
are
guess that's
6-0.
best.
Because that 6 represents the 6 Lombardis that we've won. Peasant.
Damn. A-Chain Armstead Ramsey will be back for the Jets game, Richie. Miami will sweep them. Oh, A-Chain and Armstead Ramsey will be back. Oh, terrifying. Right. Sweep the Jets.
Armstead, dude, Armstead, bro.
I mean, listen, man. If Dolphins fans think they're easily sweeping the Jets with no question after watching what the Jets just did to the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Bills, just keep thinking that, man. That's all I'm gonna
And
say.
so, do you expect anything else?
It's kind of crazy how they
And
just
so, do you
like
expect
blindly,
anything less of how
like at least go into like, okay, I
delusional
mean,
they are?
I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic my Dolphins will beat the Jets twice, but the fact
Dude.
that you'll say it with that much confidence just shows you all you need to know about it, man.
It's wild to me. It is wild.
It's
to me.
not.
A
This is
team
why-
that's
this is-
accomplished nothing.
This is
For
why I keep going
years.
after them, bro, because of their fan base, bro. People think I just be making shit
It's
up.
nuts,
like you're seeing
bro.
it right now in the chat. You see it in the
It's
super chat.
nuts.
It's funny. Dolphins fans are super chatting to get exposed. I appreciate it though. Keep getting exposed.
I love you, Dolphins fans. You guys are the best. Oh, he's not Pat anymore, right? He's Bills now. Shame on
Oh,
him.
I'm a Patriots fan for life, but Raiders fan. Since you want to talk all that shit, but appreciate the super chat. You're not getting Caleb. Thank you for beating us yesterday. You did us a favor, and now you're stuck with Brian Hoyer.
Jacob says with the $5, some facts for Master at Work. Last 6 games, 4 games are at home. Dolphins are 15-2 in the last 17 home games. Home field advantage, and Miami will own December.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Why don't you include the stats? And so, why don't you include the December stats for the Dolphins for the past couple of years?
Exactly.
Let's do that. Where are those stats at?
Yeah, he doesn't want to put. He won't. He won't.
No, he
doesn't.
doesn't. It doesn't fit his delusional narrative.
D-Roy out the $5. Master at Work sounds like an angry baby mama not getting her check.
Well, that's a lie because you just sent me a $5 check. Appreciate it.
That's right.
So,
That's right to Tyson's bank account.
So like it's
Appreciate it.
it's funny, bro, because like from now on, like I don't even read the chat anymore. And I don't even read the chat anymore because I'm not entertaining like any fools unless they pay. So like literally like all of you people who just like sit down and you're like, hell yeah, dude, Dan's gonna get it. Yeah, dude. He's gonna get this comment, bro. I'm really gonna get after him today. You gotta pay for me to even see it, fool. Remember that, dog.
Oh, Dan, you're the best. Never change. It's hilarious. Graphics at 395. It did lie. Stop lying. Matt. Work.
Oh man.
I ain't nobody lying, bro. I did my math.
Izzy, I remember our show at Smoke. Told him what up.
Yeah, Smoke's the man.
Yeah, shout out to Nikki Smokes. Shout out to you as well, Izzy. So, folks, that's going to wrap up this episode of the AFC's Roundtable Week 6 recap. We're going to be live on Wednesday to preview Week 7 in the NFL, which I'm very excited about. If you guys, again, want to place some bets on tonight's game, Sleeper is down below in the description, as well as BetUS if you want to play sportsbook bets as well, which is more spreads, money line stuff. And then Sleeper is more player prop bets and parlays to win you big money. Cheap bets to win you a lot of money potentially. And again, it will mean a lot if you guys can check out both of those websites and apps. Really would help out the channel. We're going to wrap up the show here, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to another AFC's Roundtable. And thank you for all the generous super chats. We do greatly appreciate that. We hit over 1,000 likes as well. So
Y'all the best.
And just know that me, Tyson, Dan, and TD, and all the other boys on the panel, when we fire back at the chat, it's all love. It's all part of the game. It's nothing personal. And especially when I'm roasting a specific fan base or specific team, don't take it personal, okay? It's all love at the end of the day. The last super chat is going to be, you said it, $3.95. It's $3.89. You lied, period. Oh, you're off 12 by 12 days.
I think,
Tyson.
oh, wow, I'm off. Wow, sue me.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, my. I guess I got to change the graphic, but I know one graphic I won't be able to change. That the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 23 years. Oh, no, my bad. I do have to change that graphic because I got to change that graphic every year to update it to 24 years, 25 years, 26 years. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, buddy. I'm going to keep on updating the graphic.
Oh, yeah.
man. I love
And
it.
so, just echoing Richie once again, don't take anything personal. All right, like I mean, they all are grown men. It's very feminine to be that sensitive. All right,
It really is, bro. It really is.
We're just trolling you guys. Relax.
All right, folks. We love you guys. As always, see you Wednesday night and enjoy Monday Night Football. We'll catch you guys later.
Later.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Later.
See you Wednesday night.